All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to our beginner Zoom this week. So, yeah, tonight we're just going to spend time looking at products, like doing some product research, Q&A. And the second half of our call, we're going to have a guest speaker. So, we're going to have Ricky, which is the owner of Oregon Prep Center. So, tonight he's going to talk to us about, his prep center, obviously, and some steps on how we can all like work together better. So yeah, with that being said, do you guys have any beginner questions before we start the Zoom? The questions can be about, prep center, products, onboarding, anything? No?
I mean, I got. I
Uh,
kind of wrote in. I got a cease and desist from a brand. Is that normal, or like somebody can make that
hmm.
up, or is it real?
That's it happens.
So what I do just take the listing down.
Yeah, which just means you gotta remove the listing.
Hmm.
Are you on retainer with Jeff Schick?
Nah,
Yeah. I
I mean it didn't impact my account yet. They just asking me to take it down,
mm,
so I'm about to just take it down.
here, let me type it up. Um, so yeah, it just means that you gotta delete your listing.
Hmm.
But as you scale, I really recommend this guy, Jeff Schick. He's a lawyer
Hmm.
and he helps me and other sellers with account hold issues.
Okay,
Just
so I'm
because
just
as
take it
we
down
scale,
before
we're
it gets
buying
to
so
there.
many products, right? Huh?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take it down before it gets there because they sent me like a warning letter.
Yeah. Yeah. And he
So
charges like $89 a month. I know it's another overhead for us, right? But
yeah,
I mean, account hold is a big deal. So if you have him on retainer, it just helps a lot.
okay.
So
I'm just create a removal order right now.
yeah. That's the annoying part of the business, right? Account health.
Hmm.
I mean, looking at products and buying products is, I think, the fun and easy part.
Hmm.
But account health and housekeeping is annoying.
Um,
You guys agree?
hmm. But see, I got 11 units in, and it's only letting me return three to myself. This be the confusion to me.
Yeah. Or if you want to, bro, like you can liquidate it if you want.
Okay.
If you want, versus like removing it. So,
Now, I can still return it to the store, so I think I'm just
mm,
gonna,
that works too.
yeah. But all right, so I gotta figure out how to get all 11 units back to me because it's only letting me do three at a time. All
Yeah.
right.
If you guys have any issues with products, you guys can return it to yourself or oh no, have Amazon return it to the prep center, and then the prep center can return it to your supplier.
Mm,
And I know
nice.
that's annoying, but it needs to be done, right? If needed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna return to myself.
Any more questions, you guys? Anything? Any beginner question or advanced questions? Nothing?
Hi, Luis. I have a question actually regarding to
Um,
returns to the prep center. Would that
mhm.
be extra charge or how would that work?
So from Amazon to the prep center, they charge like a shipping fee.
Yes, and
And
then
mhm.
for the prep center.
I believe they charge too, the prep center. But usually the return from the prep center to the supplier is free. Usually. Yeah. And and if the
Okay,
cost
thank you.
is too much, I would just liquidate it. Yeah.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes,
Yeah.
thank
The
you.
thing about the problem products is that your hot selling products are gonna cover all those losses anyway. So it's up to you guys how you guys want to handle it. So here's another idea, right? You can have it shipped back to your house if you want, and depending on how big your business is, you can do a garage sale, like a yard sale. Yeah, just think about the bigger sellers, right? Like they probably get like a lot of stuff. So you you got to be creative with how you deal with your stuff, right? So you can resell them on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Mercari. You can do like a yard sale, or you can also return to your supplier. So, make sense? Yeah, those are the options. But it only gets big though as you scale, right? To like bigger numbers. So it's manageable as a beginner seller. Okay. Any other questions? No? You sure? You guys sure? Okay. We did product research then. So all right. Yeah, I see a lot of new faces. So yeah, so all of us have a list, right? So a list just means it's a list of products that we sell on Amazon. So usually for the beginners, it's usually OA deals and OA beans because these products are ungated, right? And then from here, people usually graduate to our A-team leads list, which is our group list. So this list is ungated and gated products. And the good thing about this list is it's only shared with 10 people. So it's less saturated, right, compared to the other beginner list. So your goal as a new seller is to learn the basics right away and upgrade your list. That way you guys are buying better products. And then from there, a lot of people in your group upgrade to a VA. A VA is good because the products are just for you. So it's exclusive to you. There's no competition as far as other sellers. And you have full control of your VA, right? So you can give the VA the criteria of your products, etc. Yeah. So for a VA, and then some people also do their own sourcing, manual sourcing. The problem with this is it's very time consuming, right, Kyle? It takes a lot of hours to find one product. It works, but it's very time consuming, so it's not really scalable. And then some people like Brandy and Chad in the group, for example, they do retail arbitrage, which means they go to stores and find their own products at stores like Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. So yeah, in short, we have a list. All of us would have a list that looks like this. So it usually comes with an Amazon product name, Amazon link, and a supplier link. Am I recording this? 1 second. I think I forgot to record. Sorry.
No, you're recording.
Oh, I'm recording? Oh, okay. All right, my bad. All right, so yeah, and then from here you open up your Amazon link and your supplier link. And then if you're a new seller, you got to set up your seller amp first. So from here you go to your seller amp, go to settings, and then under additional fees, you're gonna put $2.65 here on your prep fee because we're paying about $1 for Amazon shipping fees per unit, and we're paying about $1.65 for prep costs, right? And then our prep center doesn't charge sales tax, so this one is 0%. And from here you go to the bottom, click save, and then refresh. And then product research, I mean, it's just like grocery shopping. So you look at the two products, you see if they match. And the only way to get better with the skill set is really just keep doing it. So after a lot of practice, you're gonna be able to catch on like, stuff, and you're gonna be quicker. So yeah, you just compare the products, you look at the titles, description. So this one is a Milwaukee 27-in-1 ratcheting screwdriver. Okay, it's the same. This one is a 27 piece. Wait, what? 27-in-1. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 27-in-1. Okay. So multi-bit screwdriver, 27 pieces only. Okay. So it's just screwdriver. Same, right? Yes. Looks the same to me. Right? Same? Okay, same. So here there's a code or a discount code here. So it says if you buy 5, right. So if you buy 5, you're getting 30% off, right?
$30 off.
I know,
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You have $30 off.
Yeah.
So how much is it? So 1997 times times 10 orders is equal to $199.70 minus 60 off, right? Minus $60 off. So now we're paying $139 for 10 pieces. So now we divide that number by 10. So now each unit is $13.97. 7. And then you can also look at Rakuten for any other discounts. No. Okay. Okay, so $13.97 is a cost. Selling price on Amazon is about $30. ROI is 35%. Sales per month is 51. So pretty decent. And then these are all the sellers on his listing. Did you guys do it?
Hey, Louis, there might be a delivery fee on this item.
Delivery fee for here, you mean?
Yeah.
Let's see. It says
No.
free.
Okay.
Yeah. It's usually free with Home Depot, so
But sometimes if they have no stock in the store or something, sometimes the delivery option is like they charge you like $8.95 or something.
oh, okay. Yeah, this one looks free, so yeah, if there's any like shipping fee or delivery fee, I would just add it to your cost. Right, so and then run the numbers again. So yeah, would you guys do it? So 51 sales a month, ROI 35%. These are all the sellers. And this is Keepa. So price is pretty stable at I want to say like $33. Dropped here. And the sales rank, yeah, it's about the same. What do you guys think? Is it a buy or no? Maybe. You can type in the chat too if you want. Rick or Carmen is a yes. It's Carmen, right? Is that you, Carmen?
Yeah. Yes,
Oh.
it's me. It's Carmen and Alana, my daughter
Oh,
Alana.
Alana. Wait, hey guys. So Carmen and Alana is a yes. How about you guys? The other ones? Yes, no, maybe. So Kyle is asking, you think this is gonna sell slowly? Yes. It's gonna sell slow. Jay's a yes. I would buy 5. Mitchell is a yes. So yeah, this one I would say decent. Just because there's only 50 sales, right? With this product, with all these other sellers competing for the sale. So it's not gonna be the fastest moving product for sure. But it's pretty stable because if you look at Keepa, right? And it's also a new product. If you guys can see here, it's only been there for 24 days. So the demand can also increase. Because right now it's a pretty brand new product. Let's see the chat. So Fruze as a pass. yeah, I mean, there's really no right or wrong answer with this. It's just a matter of, you know, like how long are you willing to wait? How much money do you want to risk on this product? Do you want to risk on this product? So yeah, every single product is gonna be different. So you guys just run the numbers and then decide. But to me, I'll put decent, just because when you have to spend a lot on inventory. So for example, man, once you go past like at least 20K a month and spend, it's going to be hard to be picky, right? Because otherwise you won't be able to buy anything. It's gonna be hard to scale. So depending on where you're at with your business, the data also changes. So to me, this is okay. It's pretty decent. Just because it's stable, it's a new product, and I feel like the demand is going to increase still because this one is in Milwaukee. It's a popular product, and plus this is a product that people usually lose, right? Screwdrivers. So if they lose it, they buy it again. So I feel like this has potential. So I'll put decent. Okay, next one. So $16. Well, first it ain't match. Miss Jessie's multicultural pearls, 8.5 ounces. Okay, 5 ounces. Multicultural pearls. Yeah, same product. So 2 count. It's a 2-piece. First look for discount codes. Okay. Looks like there's no codes. And then if you're using any cashback websites, check it too. I think there's any here. It's done. Okay. So 16 times 30 times 2 is 32. Okay, what? Yeah, it's a 2-pack, right? So 32. Sale price is 33. Yeah, this is a mistake. So this one's a negative ROI, right? There's 1 piece or 2 piece? Yeah, one. It's 1 piece. Yeah, negative ROI. Negative ROI. This one has
Quick question, Louis.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
Quick question. For that negative ROI, is it possible that, I mean, obviously, like you said, it was a mistake. Maybe just an oversight that they didn't look at the fact that it needed a quantity of 2 versus a 1. Because probably for a quantity of 1, it might make sense,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on, let me go back to that. Is it a variation though? Let's see.
No, I'm saying for whoever made the list, right? Like they probably didn't see the 2 count, so they didn't account for 2 times 12, but 2 times 16 versus just 1 times 16.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that's just kind of like a wasted slot in that list, if that makes sense, right? Just for that oversight.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this one is the $16. So this is the numbers that make sense.
Correct. Right. Yeah.
And that-
Yeah. Versus
Yeah, but the
32.
products
Yeah.
are a mistake. So
Okay.
yeah. But sometimes you can also look for this listing if you want and pick the 1 piece and see if it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next product, Rock. So this one is a 6% cashback. Rakuten. So Rock robots, kids game. Okay. Riding robots, Red Walker, Blue Bomber. Okay, it's the same. Same, right? Looks same to me. Yeah, same. Okay, so 1497. 1497. Why is it low? And then 5% from Rakuten, right? So go to discount and 5%. So 173 sales a month. The ROI is 10%. Pretty low. And then FBA sellers are this much. FBA and FBM is this much. Would you guys do it? So 173 times a month. Is it yes or no? Maybe. So Jay's a no. Anyone else? Cruz is a no. Kyle's a no. Brandon's a no. So this one looks like a Christmas product, or it's a toy, right? So for seasonal products, I usually go zoom out a year. And then I look at the demand last year. Yeah, it's not that great. Yeah, too many people, either way. It looks like the demand is increasing, right? But then again, it's too late anyway to buy this as a gift, so yeah, this one's a pass. All right, next product. So pet stimulator advent calendar. So it's a calendar. Or is it a fake calendar? Pet simulator series advent calendar. So series 2. Let's say anything. Is it the same? Looks the same, right? Or maybe not. So this one has coins, it says.
They're definitely not the same.
No, right? Yeah, so this one's just a calendar. This one seems like there's some coins in there too, so yeah, they don't match. Ryomo melting ball cleanser. Okay. 2.12 ounces. It's the same, right? Boosted barrier skin, barrier lipids. Yeah, it's the same. Same product. So for sensitive, we'll test the skin. Is it the same? You guys agree? Yeah, it looks the same. So cost is $14.99. It's negative already. So it's negative ROI. Start with 114 sales a month. Negative, wow. Yeah, it's negative. Yeah, this usually happens when sometimes the suppliers they increase the price too. So this can happen.
Or coupons is going.
Right, that too. Is there any coupons here, by the way, for a check? No, it's none. Yeah, no. Negative ROI. So buy two, get what? Buy two, get three. Free, okay. So 5 for $39. Well, first, okay, same products. Let's see. So Puritan's Pride, Alpha, Folic Acid. 300 mg. Yeah, so Puritan's Pride Premium, Alpha, like Folic Acid. Yeah, same. 60 capsules, or wait, capsules and soft gels. So this one is rapid release capsules. This one, oh wait, this one is rapid release soft gels. It's not the same, right? Or does that matter? What do you guys think? So this one is rapid release soft gels, and this one is rapid release capsules. Does that matter?
That's not the same.
No, right?
No.
Soft gels and capsules, so. Okay, products not match soft gel versus.
It sucks because I would have bought that.
Making sure products match has been my biggest downfall.
Oh yeah, why?
Because I don't pay close enough attention to the details sometimes.
Yeah,
So
it's hard, that's
it's-
why.
yeah. So I'm just saying to the new people, like, beware. Like, really always check, does the product match? Triple check.
I've gotten at least a couple of violations for that too.
For products not matching?
Yeah, products not matching, some details off, and then the customers, they return the item, and obviously that gets you a slap on the wrist. So just kind of be wary of that. Make sure that the details match the fine print, because you're just going to get penalized in the future. You might be able to get away for, I don't know, with a few units, but if you're selling 20, 40 units, someone's going to pop you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful for sure. So this one. I think this one's the same product as earlier, right? Multicultural curls. Wait, hair lotion. It says hair lotion. Search chat. Okay, I was asking on the supplier website, is there like a drop down? It's a good question. Like a drop down menu where to change the capsule. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right there. Oh no, it's not. No, this is done, Kyle. It's just rapid release capsules. Good question though.
What about the equivalent in Amazon? Maybe there's a different ASIN for that.
Let's see.
I mean, not provided. We'd have to probably look it up ourselves, right? But
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. So if you guys find any product that you like, but then they just don't match, right? For example. So you can either look for this product, so this exact product from the supplier's website or other websites, right? So maybe I would look it up here. So here, a good example. So I can copy this thing. Okay, alpha. Alpha. Oh wait. Acid 300 mg. Rapid release soft gels. Rapid release soft gels. So you can look this up if you want. and look for the exact product type. You can find it. Let's see. So yes, you can rabbit trail. You can call it like rabbit trailing. So like rapid release what? Soft gels, right? Okay. Oh, this one is 120 pieces though. This is the one that we have, rabbit with capsules. No, it's not here. And if you really want to go deeper, you can even like look us up on other websites, right? So you can look this up from another website if you want, which I don't see here.
I think you may have scrolled. I think you may have scrolled by it on their website. I think I saw 60 soft gels.
Let's see. You guys see it anywhere? Let me look at the photo again. So it's a purple bottle. This one, right? So rapid release soft gels. Okay. So this one, I think I found it, but the price is higher though. $16. So yeah, if you guys want, you can always like go deeper, and then you can do the opposite too. So where is it? I'm getting confused. Post these. So if you find the let me see. Soft gels. Yeah. So alpha lipoic. That's it. 300 FGP. Rapid release. Capsules. If you want to, you can look up on Amazon. So you can look up this exact same product on Amazon. It's not though. Yeah. So yes, the point is you guys can always like rabbit trail if you want. So yeah, just go deeper on like this one product if you want to. Multicultural pearls. Okay. Hair lotion. Is it hair lotion? It's the same? Let's see. I think it's a lotion. Just right there. The best darn multicultural lotion, period. Oh yeah. Oil styling lotion. Is it the same? I don't think it's the same. Yeah, this one's really close, so because on here it says, I mean the branding is different too, right? The color. It says right here the best darn multicultural styling lotion. Then here it says the best darn multicultural lotion, period. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the same or not. What's the verdict? Is it a no? It's not the same?
It looks the same to me, but you're right.
I'm
though.
not sure.
Really close, right?
It's too much of a risk to just say go for it.
Yeah, this one's really close. So I mean I'll just run the numbers for practice. So this one is a 3-pack, right? So $16 times 3.
It's a tough one too, Lewis, because you're buying it from the supplier's website, so it should be accurate.
Yeah,
Just because the verbiage is different doesn't necessarily mean that the company's not allowed to change their branding over a few months or even a year. So
right. Yeah, that's why.
it's safe.
Yeah, it's really close though. This one's really close. So
The
our
numbers
good point. Like, what if they just changed it, right? Like recently.
Yeah, but the numbers don't make sense because your max purchase was $28. This is 16 a pop. So what is that? 32, 42, $48.
Yeah. So 48. So no,
That's that cost.
yeah, ROI is way too low. Unless, yeah, it's too low.
Those Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales were amazing.
Right? Like 30% off, right?
Jesus.
Plus Rakuten 50% off.
Yeah, I've been running out of supply and I can't even order them again because there's no discount. So the numbers don't make sense.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's a Christmas special or end of the year special like that?
They do. Usually after Christmas. They have sales too. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
So do you ever get letters from brands saying you're violating whatever instead of an IP complaint? And if you do you listen to them?
Not usually.
Not
If
usually you
anything,
get
I
letters.
just, huh?
Not usually you get the letters, or not usually do you listen to them?
Oh, I get letters, but I just try to like sell my products out.
Yeah.
The listing.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I always do a test buy because, anything
You
can
never
happen,
know,
right?
but that cease and desist, that's just scary.
We should start posting our cease and desist letters.
Yeah, and that's why I'm
I
telling you
just
guys,
got my
I
first
gotta
one.
get we have this lawyer. It's like $89 a month. I'll post it again. It just helps a lot to have this person. Or if not him, use another person. Yeah. Because every time I get any dings, I just send it to him and I get an answer on how to fix it. So
So don't get too scared too, because they told me your account can't get deactivated. And please confirm this, Lewis. Your
Mhm.
account can't get deactivated unless it drops below 100 points.
right. Yeah, that's right.
So don't get too scared because I was scared.
Yeah. And I think Brandy said this last Zoom, it goes up 4 points, right? For every 200 sales.
Yeah, for every 200 like successful sales, you go up 4 points.
Right.
So mine's gone up 24 points since I started.
Nice.
Yeah.
And plus it also drops off anyway. Those like dings on your account health, they drop off after 6 months or so.
Randy, you sold
Okay.
Yeah.
over 1,200 units?
Huh?
You sold over 1,200 units?
I think so.
Jesus.
I'll
Yeah, go
tell
on the
you.
rampage.
I've sold 1,500 units.
Oh my God. Congratulations. That's a lot.
Thanks.
Oh, Sam is asking what points are these. So as you scale, you're gonna be getting account health, what's the term? Like violation. It goes to be under your account health. So like some are big deal and then some are not. So but you can always get it fixed though, or get it removed by just sending an invoice or just fixing it. So yeah.
Yeah, so like the more points you have in your account health, once you do get a ding, it doesn't affect you as much because you have more points you can lose, basically.
Yeah, it's Amazon's like account health system.
Huh.
It's gonna come. As you sell more, right? It's gonna come. Yeah, it's just a part of it, but it's fixable. I'm not saying be sloppy though, right? I mean, of course, be careful.
Mhm.
But also, don't be too paranoid. They're not buying anything. You guys agree? Like,
Agreed.
just be mindful of it, but don't be way too paranoid that you're not You're not buying anything. You're getting
Right.
scared. But also don't be too sloppy and just be like buying away and not double checking stuff. So
I've had 2 IP violations since I started. And I just got my second one today, actually.
You know, make sure you
yeah,
check
I'm gonna post this too in the chat. So
Say
IP
what?
alert, get IP alert too for the new sellers. So IPalert.com. It helps you with potential IP complaints.
Louis, so what do we look for before the fact, before we even buy that product and get an alert, like, or get, I guess, a complaint or something?
What do you look for in
Yeah.
a product? Well, I mean, the generic one is a big one right now. So if it's saying like Jones Road, right, the brand, on your supplier, it needs to be the exact same brand. Jones Road too. Make sense? It can be like a generic product. So that's one. And then always just make sure that it's the exact same product. And then usually if you want to go deeper on your Keepa, there's usually just one seller on here. And that's a red flag because if there's only one seller on it, it's probably a private label product. Make sense? And then if you see the supplier on the listing, that's also a red flag. Meaning, for example, if you go here, right, on your competition, if you see Jones Road, right, or maybe like Jones Road Beauty here under your competition, it means they're probably selling their own product. So it means you should not sell their product. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just be mindful of that. All right. Where were we? So this one was $38. For $38, sale price is $53. Yeah, these are probably like old leads from Black Friday. These are all way up. It's a low ROI. All right. Product, so alpha lipoic acid, 600 mg, 120 capsules. Capsules, okay, same, right? Same product. So buy 5 for 152.98. So this is about 30.59. The number's not adding up. Yeah, $30 each. Negative ROI again.
Yeah.
So negative ROI. Yeah, these are probably like Black Friday leads. I'm sorry, guys. Coupon, so numbers are way off. See this one. So 2% on Rakuten. 10%. Share moisture maker labor. So
Louis,
so
earlier you said that it has to be the same website, meaning like same company website. So since this one's on iHerb, would you avoid it?
I don't know. It needs to be the exact same brand.
Okay.
For example, this one is
Shea Moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shea Moisture, right? Is the brand.
Uh-huh.
On here, it needs to be the exact same brand.
Okay.
It can't be just a generic, African black soap.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So it has to be the exact same brand. Yeah. It doesn't usually happen with beauty products. It's usually with like electronics and car parts and stuff like that. Tools. So it needs to be the exact same brand. So if it's a Milwaukee, it needs to be a Milwaukee too. All right. 230 watts per pack. Same, right? Clarifying official words. The calendar. Okay, same. How much is this thing? So 638. And then 20% off your first order. So 6.38 times 2. Times 2 is 12.76. Plus 20% off your first order. Okay, this one has 104 sales a month. ROI is 54%. With this many sellers, would you guys do it?
Wait, go back to the iHerb website.
Uh-huh.
This is one, and then they're selling 2 on Amazon.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you did the math on that?
Huh?
Is that the math for that? Is that the same math? Like, did you factor in that it's 2 instead of 1?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
So cost is $12.76. Because this one is like 638, right? And then I also put the discount of 20% right here.
No, I see it now. Sorry.
Yeah, so ROI is this. And then 104 sales a month. Would you guys do it? So FBM is this. Both is this.
Yeah, I would.
Yes, no, maybe. So Mitchell's a yes. Fruza's a yes.
Yes.
Sam is a yes. Jay's a yes. Yeah, this one is a good one. Right? Because there's enough sales. Like for everyone to share. And there's also a big ROI. Right? There's a lot of room for you to like drop your price if needed. So yeah, this one's a good one. Plus, it's also replenishable. It's a cleansing wipes, right? So people buy this over and over again. So yeah. Questions? No?
Hey, Lewis, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a product and it was sold as a 2-pack, and then now the listing has changed to a single pack, but some of the description or some of the information in the description hasn't changed. So the title.
The listing changed?
Yeah, the listing changed.
That is so weird. Really? Wow.
If you want the ASIN, I could give you the ASIN.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but if you sell it by one piece, does it make sense with your numbers or not?
Yeah, it makes sense, but I'm hesitant to sell it as a one piece because in the description it shows the amount of like a volume for the product. It still shows it as a 2-pack, but the title says 1-pack. So technically the description is inaccurate. So I'm scared to break them up because I've been selling them as 2-packs. So I'm scared to break them up and as a pack.
So the listing says 1-pack, but then it's really 2.
Correct.
But your numbers still make sense, right?
Yeah, numbers still make sense.
Oh, no, you're saying the numbers still make sense.
The numbers still make sense, but people,
okay.
The sellers are dropping their price. So I don't want to compete with that because the numbers don't make sense if I drop my price and I have to sell it as 2. So I'm just kind of waiting on the sideline to see if they change the description within the listing. just so I could sell
Mm.
that back.
I mean, you can even report it to Amazon.
Okay,
Yeah, I can report, hey, the description is not accurate.
I would
Yeah,
go to help.
Amazon support a message. Yeah, it's probably your
Okay,
best bet.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Any more questions? Yeah, we got a guest speaker at 6 o'clock. So, do you guys want to do like another Zoom, or you just all want to stay here and wait? What do you guys want to do?
I'll stay here.
Just stay here.
Yeah, we can say.
I can.
Huh?
Can you yeah.
I can send you the ASN that I got the cease and desist on.
Okay. Yeah, send it to me, bro.
Right,
Check it out.
Just was looking at it.
If you guys have more questions, just let me know or type in the chat. We got a few minutes until he shows up. So, okay. Who's that?
It's Carmen.
Hey,
What's
Carmen.
what's ASN? What's that he just said?
Oh, ASIN is the Amazon number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you open up your Amazon product page
Okay.
on your seller imp, it's gonna be on the top. So
I got two complaints. I got a complaint on this one.
so it's up.
This one.
It's here, Carmen. Up here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's also here in the bottom of the page. Where is it? Right here. It says ASIN.
Oh,
Yeah.
ASN.
So it's an Amazon product number. That's what that is.
Okay, thank you.
And then Chad.
Yeah, those two is the ones I got. One actually hit my account, and then like I resolved. I guess my score went back to 200 and something. Selling product.
So this one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Crystal Light.
This is the first one I got.
So let's see. So I would check the other sellers
I did.
if the brand owner is there.
So that's the person. So that's the person. Yeah. So that's the person who sent me the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the person. Because like on Smart Scout, it's like a whole nother monster. So like I could literally find who sent me the cease and desist. So so when I realized it wasn't the real person, I just kept selling it. But then they removed the listing. So what happens to my inventory? Because I had like 30 of them in there, and like they took the listing down. So what happens to my inventory? That's what like how do I get that back? Or how do
What
I
do you
get
mean they took the listing down?
like Amazon took the listing down?
Oh, you mean they kicked you out of the listing?
Yeah.
The listing is here. This is the listing.
No, yeah, this is the same listing, but that's the only person on there now. I sent the FBA.
This guy, right?
Yeah, that same person I got the letter from.
Okay.
And then they took me off the listing. Like Amazon said I wasn't able to sell this listing.
I mean, looking at this though, so if you guys see like any significant like drops in seller count, I mean that could be a sign too. But then again, it's not it's hard to tell.
Yeah, that one was hard to tell. So I was just like, all right.
Yeah.
I think I bought like 15, sorry. I bought like 15. And then like I sold 5, and then that's when I got the in fragment, and then they took me off the listing. So I was trying to like, do I contact somebody to like, because it says on my account listing closed. So like, how do I get my products back to me, or like where did they go?
So when did they close the listing? Like recently or?
Like 2 weeks ago.
What date? No, this is August though. August.
Nah, keep on. I'm in the September. I'm probably in the September batch. Right there, right there. Like, yeah, November, around November, like before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this one's hard to tell though.
Yeah, cause I'm confused. So when I wrote in one of the Discords I'm in, and then scroll down, let me show you what she told me. Go back to Seller Amp. So pretty much she was saying that when you go to Seller Amp, go to the top, go to top. All right, you see where it says Delight box? She said like this person created this listing, so they have the okay to kick me off of it. Cause like the brand is Crystal Light, not Delight box. The brand is Crystal Light. So she's like, so when I like backed into it and searched, it's like two different Amazon listing posts. Like one that's Crystal Light and one that this person created on their own. That's why they were able to kick me off. But where did my products go?
It's still with Amazon, and they can ship it back to you if you want, or they can dispose it.
It's not letting me select that option from my account.
Maybe it's still pending. You could also go under your, what's that term? The stranded inventory. It could be too.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, but that's why I always do a test buy, right?
No, I mean that was my test buy.
That was your test buy?
15, man. I don't really have a 15.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like the product sells fast, so it's just like, all right, and it'll be on sale. Like this was on sale, so it just made the numbers make sense to me.
Yeah. And then there's the other one.
Yeah, the second one I said. This is the one that I got the cease and desist for today. I got it on November 30th, and then I got another one today, December 6th. Today is December 6th, right? Yeah, December 6th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. It's Carmen.
Hey, Carmen.
So he said it when you said test buy. So is that like when you buy like maybe quantity of 5, like something small? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we usually do a test buy for every product. So, like between like 5 to 10.
5 to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I just did 15 because the price was like steady. Like everything was steady on the chart. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just go a little bit heavier on this one.
Yeah, this one I can already tell because Amazon's been flagging like I think Asian beauty products lately. And this one is
It's an Asian beauty product.
Huh?
Wait, what you just said?
Amazon's been flagging like Asian beauty products for some reason.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay.
So there's a lot of people who are staying away from, I guess, Asian beauty product looking products. I don't know. Just because they've been flagging it lately for some reason.
Okay, yeah, this person sent me a cease and desist telling me to but when I looked at it initially, if you look at the chart, when I first bought it, it was like 12 people on it. And then like as I was waiting for it to check into the Amazon, it was sitting at the prep center. This is the product that was sitting at the prep center. And when I emailed them to send it in, that's when I got the cease and desist. So as you see, like
it got
crazy in October,
right?
Yeah, and then it was just like, oh wow. So as soon as I got there, then I get the cease and desist. But then I was looking back at it, I see that decline right there in October could have been like everybody getting the cease and desist.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, but even here, like, there's no one here though.
That's what I'm saying. But before, it was a lot of people there. It was like 11 people, 15 people.
Yeah, I'll just return it to your supplier. Just ship it back to your supplier. Your products.
I mean, I'm still good for the return, so I'm just trying to. So I just hit it on Amazon to order removal, but it's only letting me return 3, and I got like 12, I think. Yeah, it's only letting me return 3.
Where's your supplier for this one? Is it local, U.S. or overseas?
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. I bought it from Ulta.
Oh, Ulta. Interesting.
Yeah, that's why I'm more confused. I bought it from Ulta on sale. I was confused.
So you're out of the listing? Are you able to submit any invoice or not?
I probably could. So you're suggesting I submit the Ulta receipt?
Yeah. You send invoice.
Would that be enough though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the cease and desist, like Let me see if I could send you how they send me the cease and desist. Looks crazy. Like they wrote it down all
Let me pause
nice
this
and
real
neat.
quick. All right, everyone, you guys really met Ricky. So yeah, so Ricky has been an Amazon seller in the past, right, bro? In the past.
Yep.
2 years on Amazon, but prior to that, he sold his previous company for 8 figures. And prior to that, Ricky was also an aerospace engineer for the Department of Defense, building missiles, right, bro? He said
Missile defense system. So I didn't
Oh,
build
wow.
the missiles. I didn't want to kill people. I wanted to shoot missiles out of the sky. That sounded a lot more fun than, blowing people up.
Oh wow, okay. And currently, he has 400 clients at our Oregon Prep Center.
Yep.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna have the mic, Ricky, and we're gonna do a Q&A. So, yeah, you guys have any questions for Ricky? So let me read the chat. I guess the most common question here in the chat is onboarding.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I can kind of walk you guys through that.
Share screen.
Yeah, let me get the Prep Center email pulled up really quick. And then
Are you ready to go?
Yeah. And thanks for your time, by the way, bro. I know you're busy right now with Q4,
no
right?
problem.
We're in the
Thanks for
middle of
having me on
Q4, so
yeah, Q4 is hectic. The funniest thing is that everything's right before Black Friday is going to be really busy for prep centers. It's not. It's right after Black Friday because when everybody finds all these really good deals.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing is dealing with that. Sorry, I'm just pulling up all of our onboarding stuff so that I can get a few of these people onboarded here. So I know that there's a few people that are still waiting on onboarding. So just let me know. Are any of them in the chat right now that we can just onboard right now?
Nice. I think Jason and Jen is one account.
Okay.
And
nice.
also Jerry.
Okay.
There,
Jerry,
Jason,
I see Jerry at the top of the onboarding thing. So let me pull that up.
Oh, Sam too. Sorry, Sam.
Okay. So I'll get all three of those onboarded here really quickly. So, and I'll turn on my screen share here in just a sec. I just am pulling out all our templates to be able to send the onboarding email really quick. And that's all, boring stuff. So I just want to be able to go over mainly how to use the spreadsheet. I think when it comes to the onboarding, like that's the biggest thing is just being onboarded properly and then understanding the spreadsheet. Because the more accurate you guys are when you're filling out your sheet, the quicker we can get your stuff out because the less back and forth. In an ideal world, we would want it so we don't even have to email you.
Sorry, one second. Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, sorry, James Carter is another one here.
Okay.
And Jose Arevalo. Oh, hold on. It's not going through.
Okay, so I'm doing Jerry right now. So Jerry, if you're in this call, check your email here in about 30 seconds. And you should have two things. You should have one, a link to a Google Drive document, and two, you should have an onboarding email giving you instructions on how to do everything. So just sent that over. So what I'll do here now.
I just got it.
Cool. So let me
Thank you.
This is cool, right? A live onboarding session.
So let me know if everybody can see the screen here. So okay, cool. So this is how we do prep is you just fill in the items. Most of the sheet's self-explanatory. So let's say that we're doing something today. So you'd fill in the date, you'd fill in the supplier. Let's say you bought it from Target. And then whatever the name of the item is. So you bought Nike shoes black size, or Nike shoes black, and you bought 5 of them. So from here, the only other thing you'd fill in is the size. So it's a size 10, whatever the ASIN is. So I'm just gonna put ASIN because I'm making these up. If you're using Inventory Lab, I don't know if your clients use that too much or not. It's a tool that's actually really helpful for sellers to be able to keep track of their accounting and stuff. But it'll keep track of your profits, your losses on everything, and you can input your costs and all that. It also makes it faster for us to prep. I don't really recommend it if you're doing under probably like 200 units a month though, just because it is a costly subscription. for it, but for accounting, it makes it really nice because I don't know how your students are currently keeping track of their profits and losses, but typically I would assume it's a spreadsheet of some sort. Inventory Lab is really nice for that. So if you're not doing Inventory Lab, I don't need to know your cost. If you are doing Inventory Lab, we auto import everything. So it just goes right to your spreadsheet. So you don't have to worry about anything, and keeps track of all your costs, all your profits, all that kind of stuff. So your list price, whatever you want it sold at, let's call it $20 because I'm making up all these numbers. So from there, when we receive an item, we're going to put in the quantity that we received for that item. We're going to put in the date that we received it. So today, if we received it today, we'd put that in. Then we're going to go ahead and enter it into your Seller Central account. So that's pretty much the onboarding process for the most part. So in the email that we send out, I'll just pull up our templated email here for you guys so you can kind of all see it. So this is just kind of our general overview of how to do things. So, we're going to give you our building address. We're going to put your name in here. This is just a template. So we add the name in for each one. We update the unit number for each one. That's the address you're going to ship it to. Each of our clients is assigned a different unit number. We actually went through and got our building rezoned as industrial and residential, which is something that not any other prep centers that we're aware of have done. The reason we did that is actually kind of a really big important thing. Think about it from the store's point of view. You're buying from Target, Kohl's, Walmart, Costco, wherever. They don't want to send it to a warehouse because they think you're going to be reselling it. So on the shipping software side, when they're typing it into UPS, it shows up as an apartment building, even though we're actually in a warehouse. Because if you pull up our address on a map, it's a giant, warehouse. So it's obviously not an apartment. But there's houses across the street from us, so we're able to get it rezoned. We did that because we don't want to get your account from Target, your account from Kohl's, Walmart, wherever, banned or blacklisted, because that's a big issue. I used to do OA, and my house, I can never ship from Dick's Sporting Goods again to my house. I'm banned for life from Dick's Sporting Goods because I was shipping so much to my house that they flagged me as a reseller. So that's one big tip that we went through and did is that. So that's why in here we update with your unit number. From there, if you're doing Inventory Lab, we give you an email address to send your Inventory Lab access to with a video on how to do it. If you're not doing it, it doesn't really matter too much. Then from there, we say, hey, send over your permission to this email address, and we change the email address once we reach max number because Amazon only lets us be linked to 60 accounts per Seller Central address. So every 60 clients, we have to create a new email, and then we update the template at that point. This just lets us get into your Seller Central account as an employee rather than having you give us your password. I don't want your password. I don't need to see all your info. I don't want to see how much you're making. My goal is to get your units into Amazon and get it there as cheaply as possible. From there, we put in the link for your spreadsheet, and then we give a little Zoom tutorial or a Loom video tutorial of how to use it. But that's kind of just what I went over live here is just, hey, fill in the items that you're doing. We'll fill them in when they ship. So once the items arrive to us, we'll take them out from this tab and we'll put them into the shipped tab because that means that we have shipped the items out. But if something like this happens, so say that you ordered 5 of them, but the Target warehouse screwed up and you only got 4 of them in, what we'll do is we'll move all this over here. So we'll move this to shipped. And then on the sheet, we would leave it here and we would say 1 because we're missing 1 and the quantity was 0 that we received. So anytime that you see this on your sheet where it says quantity ordered 1, 2, 3, whatever, it's not the actual quantity you ordered. That means that we've received that many. The reason we do it this way, I don't have access to your email, so I don't know if Target canceled the order on you, if they sent you an email saying it's out of stock, or if it was a warehouse mistake on their end that they just didn't ship enough. That's why we do it this way, is because rather than having you email us every single time that they update the quantities of something, that would take you a bunch of time, it would take us a bunch of time. So it's easier for us to just go through and put in, hey, we're missing 1 of these units. Email your supplier if that unit didn't show up and you were expecting it to, and we can sign paperwork that says, hey, we didn't receive this unit. We also have cameras at our receiving bays, so we can check if packages have arrived via that. And then from there, we update the sheet whenever your units arrive. The biggest thing that we do that people always complain about, but to us, it's kind of an interesting complaint is they always want to ask, have my units arrived? We purposefully leave your units sealed in the box until we are prepping a batch for you. So we have a storage area and then we have our prepping area. They're 2 separate areas. The reason we do that is we don't want your boxes mixed up with somebody else's. The worst mistake I could do is sending in Louise's units for Jerry because then Jerry gets free inventory. So Jerry will be really happy. Luis will be very unhappy. Yeah. So that's kind of why we do it this way, is we leave your boxes sealed. We've got 7 different prep stations with 7 different teams. Each team is working on one person's order at a time. No items are put on that table until they're checked by 2 different team members to make sure, hey, this is Luis's item, this is Jerry's item, this is Ricky's item, this is whoever's item, because we don't want to send the wrong items out, because that's a costly mistake on our end, because we're gonna have to reimburse somebody for, hey, we just gave up somebody's inventory by mistake. That's just not what we want to do.
Love it. So I have a question. So how do you, just for the audience? Oh, how do you? Oh, there's still an echo, huh? How do you fill this up if the product is a bundle?
So if it's a bundle, you listed how many units there are in the bundle. So if you're doing, toothpaste 2-pack, in the title, it's helpful to put 2-pack, but then in bundled, you would list 2. So in quantity ordered, if you ordered, let's say it's a 2-pack and you ordered 20 total toothpaste, so you want bundled into 2-packs, you would put 10 for quantity ordered, because it's how many units of 2 are you sending in. So you would put bundled as 2 in this column, or if it's a bundle of 6, if it's a bundle of 10, whatever.
Okay.
So you just fill it in there as how many units are in that bundle.
And then the quantity ordered is a number of units, right?
It's going to be number of units that you want us to ship into Amazon. So if you ordered 20 toothpastes that are in a 2-pack, then that's going to be 10 units, because 20 divided by 2 in the bundle is 10. So
10 units and it's a 2-pack. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. There's some questions in the chat too. So Jane is asking, I had the same scenario where they sent 8 when I ordered 10. They refunded me for the missing 2. Should I then delete the line?
Yep. If you're not expecting anymore, delete it. Or the other thing that you can do is, if it's for some reason, and I'm not sure why, it's people that typically are not using a Gmail account. So I think it's something on Google's backend. It doesn't let you delete a line item. So if that's the case, what you can do is you can just hit strike through there and just cut through like that, and then we'll delete it if you're unable to delete it.
Got it. Any questions, you guys? Oh, there we go. I think that's a follow-up question. So Jerry's asking, is there a certain number of units we need to send minimum before the items are sent out? That's a great question.
So there's not a minimum number of units, but here's what I will say. The less units you have, the more expensive it's going to be to ship. The reason for that is the way that UPS and FedEx and USPS works is it's by dimensional weight. It's not actually by the dimensions of the product. So we went through and we calculated, there, you can look them up. There's dimensional weight calculators, and here, I'll show you. And what this does is it tells you, hey, this size box is built at this, no matter how many pounds are in it. So, let's do a 13 by 16 by 16 box, because that's one of the sizes we use. So that means that this box is billed at 21 pounds. Even if I only fit 10 pounds of stuff in there, they still bill you for 21 pounds. But if I fit 50 pounds in there, they're still billing me only for 21 pounds. So for us, we try to ship out the heaviest box possible as long as it's under that 50 pounds, because Amazon doesn't allow us to ship more than 50 pounds in small parcel. Anything over that, we have to freight. But it's kind of a weird balance, because freight, you have to do at least 200 pounds before you're allowed to do it. Freight's not super cost effective until you're at about 500 pounds per shipment, though. So we try to just do small parcel. So to answer your question, there's not a specific number of units. It's a specific number of weight.
Okay, so it would be a little bit better if I can send more, like say during a week, just to try and meet that weight.
Yeah, so what we do is we built our shelving to be custom sized, actually, and we matched the sizing to the sizes of our boxes, because we went through and calculated, based on a few different categories. So we went through and we calculated, hey, the average dimensional weight for apparel per unit, the average dimensional weight for cosmetics, for bath products, for just different categories. And we basically got 5 different sizes of boxes. We built our shelves to mirror that, so that we can see roughly like, oh, hey, this person has this many boxes. That means, in theory, as long as the manufacturer didn't ship it in some giant oversized box, we can pretty much guess how many boxes you're going to use based on how much shelving space you're taking up on your shelf. So what we do is at least 1 shipment per week for each customer. But if you're filling up your shelf, that means, hey, this is about 10 boxes. so that we should get you out quicker. So if you're sending in a lot of units, we'll get it out more than once a week, but we get it out at least once a week because we charge storage fees after the items have been there a week. We don't want to charge storage, but we're billed by the square foot at our warehouse, so we charge for storage. We make our money on each unit, so for us, it's better to get units out rather than to store them here.
Okay, thanks, Ricky.
No problem.
Any more questions, you guys? You guys can unmute and then talk to Ricky directly if you want.
Hey, Ricky,
I have a quick question. As far as like returns, like once we get to the prep center and we want to return it back to where we bought it from, how do we go about that process? Do we put it on the spreadsheet or through email? Like I'm just kind of
send us an email and say, hey, this is the item that you want us to return. If the retailer gives you a return label, send us the return label. If not, we get a pretty discounted rate on shipping. We bill you for the return label, but we do charge 3% fee on return labels because we have a 3% credit card processing fee. So we're not making any profit on the return label. But the one thing I will say is we do bill for returns because in order to do the returns, we still have to open the box, sort the units out that you want, get it packaged up to go back to the manufacturer. And we also have to count because we've had situations where, you know, Walmart says they sent 20 of an item, but they really only sent us 10. So if you create a return label for 20 units, but there's only 10 in there, Walmart's not going to refund you. So you have to notify them in advance, hey, I only received 10, so I want to refund it because my order wasn't completed.
Okay. And as far as like that label, like how do we get you the label?
So you can.
I know we have it. Like, do we do it like a screenshot or like how do?
So you can download the label from the retailer most of the time, and you can send us that label via the email. If they don't give you a label, we'll create a label for you. Like I said, I'd say that our typical shipping rate is about 70% discounted from what UPS normally charges.
Okay.
You said you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, because you guys have a big account, right?
Yeah, we have a huge account. So we ship about 650 boxes a day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. You have a question, Art?
No. Yeah, I have a question about inventory, Rick, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So you said inventory is really good for keeping track of profit and losses. Are they giving profit and losses as the price changes on the
item? So if you're doing if you have a repricer software, then you'll need to link that to Inventory Lab, and there's a few that don't link to it. I believe that Aura and Be Cool both do, but I don't know if Amazon, I assume it does, but I've never used Amazon's automated repricer. I personally use Aura for my store, but they just jumped up their price, so I'm actually looking for a new repricing software because Aura wants a few $100s a month now, which is just crazy.
I think 500, right? For
for the AI one, it used to be 100 a month, and now they want like 500. That's just silly. It's not worth it.
I just applied to get onboarded. Well, I know how to get onboarded. I just applied. Chat.
Okay.
Question. Would I be able to have the like I've been talking to these wholesalers and stuff. Would they be able to ship directly to you and then you break the pallet down for me and stuff like that? And how would I fill out a sheet like that?
So you do the same exact thing. Jerry, sorry, I'm messing with your form so much. I'll reset it back to blank at the end of the call. But you would just fill in what you're going to be receiving still. And if you don't want to tell us who the supplier is because you don't want us, like I still do sell on Amazon, but I've got my suppliers that I buy from and I don't buy from anybody else. I don't look for new suppliers on or anything. You would just fill in, wholesaler 1 and you have a sheet somewhere that you know who that is. And then you just fill out the item and it's just the same thing. Because we don't care what comes in each box. We just care what are all of the items that we're looking for. And then we know, oh, hey, Target was short 1 pair of shoes, 2 things of toothpaste, some deodorant, and a roll of toilet paper,
Okay.
I have a question, Ricky. It's Carmen. I want to know if you got the application for onboarding. We just filled it out.
Here, let me see. So I can see one from Chad. I can see one from Rick. And
Rick, yeah. Okay, that's my husband. Yeah. So Rick filled it out. Yes.
Yep. So we just got those 2 in.
Okay.
And then it didn't say. So yeah, we've got a good amount of people that I'm going to onboard here. I just don't want to sit on the call and onboard, 20, 30 people because that's going to be really boring to watch. I'd rather answer any questions. I mean, if you've got questions I did about sourcing and stuff, I can also help answer some of those just because I bought from just about every retailer, and working at the prep center, you know, we get shipments from just about every retailer. So we've seen like who's good to buy from, who's bad to buy from. My first year I did about 1.2 million in OA, and then this year in wholesale I'm pushing about 7.5 million.
Wow.
What's the biggest difference you've seen from OA and wholesale as far as sourcing? Is it kind of the same process where you're just vetting out these wholesalers and going through their individual products to see what works, kind of treating them as a, like, say, big store where you're shopping at?
So the biggest thing with wholesalers is verifying where the inventory comes from. If you don't do that and they won't give you their supply chain documents, don't buy from them. You will get your account shut down. Just don't do it. I don't know if you saw, but there's actually an article that I got quoted in by CNBC because there was a big Amazon theft ring and people were stealing they got caught with $150 million of stolen inventory that they were selling to Amazon sellers who didn't know that the items were stolen. A bunch of accounts got shut down. It was a whole big thing.
Yeah, I seen the article. It was 200 million, I think.
So it was, they got caught with like 150 million in their warehouse, and they had records of over 200 million on top of that. So it was, you know, more than $250 million in one warehouse worth of theft. So it's a massive theft ring. I mean, it's got to be organized crime type scale. But
yeah, for sure.
Biggest thing that I would say with that is, with regards to that, if your supplier is using Telegram, they're not a real supplier. Don't trust it. It's just not going to be real. A real distributor, for the most part, it's going to be hard to get a wholesale account with because they're going to have larger MOQs. So like the wholesalers that I buy from, my MOQ per order is about $25,000 to $50,000. If they've got, some of them will have like a $5,000 MOQ, and that's fine. The biggest difference between wholesale and OA, though, I would say, is OA, you're gonna be able to get the big brands, because think about your purchasing power compared to Target. You know, Target's buying $1 billion a day and they don't care. For you, $1 billion is life-changing money. You don't have to work again. And that's just what they're spending because they can. So, you know, if you see somebody selling Shark, Ninja, Keurig, like those big tier brands like that, and it's a wholesaler, and they're like, oh yeah, just spend $2,000. I mean, it's probably going to be stolen stuff. But you're going to look for, I'd say, like mid-tier brands that it's, you know, you could find them at Target, but they're not the big name on there. They're the off-brand. They're the generic type things.
Go ahead, Sam. Yeah, Sam has a question in his hands raised, so
go for it.
Thanks, Rick.
You know, Rick, I was just trying to get, I put mine in like about a week and a half ago, and so I didn't know if you saw mine in there or not, because it seemed like the more recent people were showing up. So I don't know how far back.
What's the name on the application?
Samuel Pugh, or maybe under Hidden Cloud.
It might be under what?
Hidden Cloud Solutions. But it should be under my name, I think, because I think it asked me for my name.
How do you spell your last name?
P-U-G-H.
Yep. Okay, I can see yours on there. So I just added you to starred list. The starred list is everybody that I have to get onboarded this week.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Hold on. I think Jason too, right? Jason Mapa?
How do you spell the last name?
M-A-P-A.
Yep, I got him.
And then Jose Arevalo.
How do you spell the last name?
A-R-E-V-A-L-O.
A-R-A as in alpha?
Oh, I'm sorry. A-R-E.
Mm-hmm.
V-A-L-O. Right there.
Yep, and I've been emailing them, so I got them.
Awesome.
Would you recommend looking for like a wholesale closer to the prep centers? So faster shipping times? I know some of them was giving me like lead times.
So with my wholesalers that I buy from, I have a 30-day lead time. So I have to pay them, and the products don't even arrive to my warehouse for 30 days. So it's a big cash flow management situation. Personally, I like OA more from a profit margin and from a startup perspective, because it's just easier. You know, you buy from Target, you know it's going to show up, you know that it's not counterfeit, you know that it's not stolen. It's just easy. It's simple.
Yeah.
Wholesale.
Yeah, and can you also address though like the issues with OA, right? Like
with OA,
orders and being flagged by brands and yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of issues with OA that happen, but it's with OA. So what I did is I kind of found a couple niches, and the niches that I found that did really, really well were records from Target and Walmart. Nobody else sells those on Amazon, basically. It's pretty untouched still, so that's some free leads for you guys. Go to Target, look at the records that they sell, like vinyl records. It's Taylor Swift was the big one that I was selling, but that was when the Eras tour was going on and everything, so that was making a small fortune because those were just shooting through the roof. The other big place that people underestimate is Kohl's. Kohl's is like, for OA, it is the holy grail. There is no store that is better than Kohl's, in my opinion.
Kohl's Cash.
Oh yeah, so Kohl's Cash, and then if you're using a cashback portal, you can use Top Cashback, I think, or Fat Coupon is a smaller one that people don't really think about. But you can, if you got Kohl's Cash plus Kohl's Rewards, that's 25% cash back. You know, you got a 2% cashback credit card, so it's 27% cash back right there. The other thing you can do is if you create an email, you can create what's called a catch-all domain. If you Google search that, it's pretty straightforward on how to do it. But what that lets you do is it lets you create infinite accounts at one email address. So you could just type, you know, if your catch-all domain was your name, you could do a@ricky.com, b@ricky.com, and you don't have to make those email addresses. It all just goes to one single email, and you can use the 20% off first-time order codes from Kohl's to get 20% off on every order on top of the 25% cash back from it. So you can really get almost half off on everything at Kohl's, except for Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, and Puma. Those are the brands that just you can't use coupons on, but you can still get Kohl's Cash for.
Is that catch-all?
What's the name of that?
Gems.
Is that spelled CATHE? Catch-all?
Yeah. Catch like you're catching a baseball.
Oh yeah, he just gave a source.
But yeah, so for Kohl's, the biggest thing is Nike socks. I mean, I don't know if you guys use Keepa and stuff like that, but here, let me switch over. And then I gotta switch over which tab I'm sharing. But this was one of the number one items that I was selling every month. And I was selling tons of them because you can get them at Kohl's. They're not profitable right now because they're not on sale right now. They go on sale probably 2 times a month, but when they do, buy as many as you can. Because the sales volume on it is just unfathomable. Doesn't matter which one you buy. Literally, you can get the 3-pack, you can get the 6-pack, you can get the kids ones, you can get them in black, you can get them in white. The biggest thing is get sizes medium and large. Don't go for the smalls. The small socks don't sell. But these socks, if I go to large, and these are just basic Nike white socks, they sell 30,000 pairs a month just on this listing. But here's the real trick. You got to look for the other listings that are separate from them. So there's another listing here for another 6-pack of them. Let me minimize that. That's a 3-pack. Look at this. So 3 pair here. They're selling 3 pairs for $30 versus 6 pairs for $35. You can just go to Kohl's and it's really profitable. I mean, there's another 6-pack. There's another here. So here's another 6-pack. So this one's the same as the first one that I was showing off there. It's a different listing though. So there's multiple listings on the same exact item, and you can just keep selling them. So even though, you know, if you look at the socks, they're the same dang sock, but you can sell tens of thousands of these every single month. This one's got 4,000 units a month sold. This one here's got the 29,000 units a month sold. I mean, and even if you're getting these at, you know, $10 a pair, $15 a pair, when you factor in the Kohl's Cash, you know, that's still $300,000, $400,000 a month. Nobody's spending that at Kohl's. So you don't need to get a ton of them. It's just a really good, consistent profit. Same thing with Nike sweats, Nike hoodies, kids hoodies, all that Nike stuff. It's buy from Kohl's. You cannot get it better even at wholesale, because I have a wholesale account with Nike, and I ended up closing it because the socks were literally cheaper to buy from Kohl's than they were to buy direct from Nike at wholesale.
Wow.
Can you get ungated through Kohl's?
You can get Nike. So you can get ungated with Kohl's, but what I did is I got ungated through Nike.com for them because it's easier. Nike.com, anytime there's a sale there, they go wild. The other big Nike item at Kohl's is the Court Classic shoes. those sell ridiculously well.
Wow.
So
We gotta pay
quantity
attention. It's
of
giving you guys game. This is literally like money in your pockets right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, these socks, I mean, and if we just look at how many people are selling them, you can see the BSR rank on these is 25, 26. Like that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Looks like a money printer, it seems.
The pricing is crazy consistent too. So, I mean, we can go to the offers tab and see how many people are selling it, but
Rick, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a question as far as quantity. When you're buying from Kohl's, is there a quantity that they would flag you at, say more than 10 per order?
Oh, no. So it's you just got to spam them with the orders and eventually you'll get some through. I was ordering 99, 99, 99, 99, 99 because they don't let you put more than 99 items in your cart at a time. Doesn't matter if it's 2 different pairs, 99 is the max you can do. And I was just spamming them as much as I could. I think I sold like 8,000 pairs in 1 month was my record.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so Ronald has a question. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Ricky. So I know you mentioned earlier about the packaging, as far as trying to maximize the space on the boxes, to make it cheaper. I was just wondering, do you guys make it like on a first in, first out, or just trying to maximize the spacing or to fill it in and stuff?
So we get everybody done at least once a week. So basically the way that our prep scheduling works is we get you done once a week. Once you've been done once that week, if you don't have enough to get your shipping costs to be relatively low, then we don't do another shipment for you in that week because you've already gotten one shipment out. We don't want to increase your shipping costs. My goal is to get your cost as low as possible because every dollar that you're spending on shipping on anything other than prep or anything other than inventory is a dollar you're not spending on inventory. I make my money per unit. So I want you to buy as much inventory as you can because then I make the most money and you're making the most money.
Thank you. And I had another question regarding Amazon warehouses. That you guys always send it to the closest one to the prep center, or
so we don't get control over that. Amazon tells us where to go. We don't have any control over that one.
Okay.
So we try the ideal ones for us are SCK and SMF. Those are both in California. When it comes to hazardous goods, though, if you're selling like perfumes and stuff, we ship a lot of those. There's a hazardous location one in Washington about 30 minutes away, and then a hazardous location one in Salem about 45 minutes south of us as well. So for hazardous goods, our warehouse is actually really, really good. But typically when it comes to shipping for estimating check-in times and stuff, right now California is terrible. So when we get it, we get basically 2 options. They have a expedited check-in option, and then they have a closest warehouse option is what I would say. So we can pick, but it's really between those 2. And basically right now we've been choosing the expedited shipping option because Amazon's offering a 35% on shipping rebate. So even though it takes longer to physically get to the warehouse, it checks in about twice as fast. Right now, if we ship it to SCK or SMF, your check-in time is about 3 weeks on average. But if we ship it out to Indianapolis, IND4, then the check-in time is about 3 days. But the transit time is about 5 days. So you're checking in about 8 days versus 2 to 3 weeks.
Gotcha. And last question. I know you said you guys have a big account, so you guys get like 70% discounts on shipping. What do you recommend for smaller accounts like ourselves that have items that we need to ship either to you guys or ship directly to Amazon, trying to minimize that shipping cost?
So for shipping directly to us, ship from the retailer directly to us, man. If the retailer's going to do free shipping all day long, it's impossible to beat that.
But what if you get something that you're buying in store because it's not available online or anything like that?
So if it's not available online, you can typically get it still shipped to our warehouse. There's very few items that I've ever seen that are like, hey, we will not do local delivery because Walmart has local couriers now. Walgreens does, Target does. We get I don't know what company they work for. It's like DoorDash or Instacart all day long, just coming to our warehouse, dropping off stuff. Even Home Depot does that, and we have 0 sales tax here.
I mean, if it's something that you're grabbing, like it's on clearance or something on your local store and you're grabbing it yourself, then obviously you have to physically get it to you guys.
So then the best thing that I would recommend is Pirate Ship. I don't know if you've ever used it or not. They're probably the best if you don't have a UPS rep directly. I don't know anybody that's cheaper than them, and they're pretty easy to use. The one big thing is if you're doing a lot, if you're doing a lot of in-store purchasing, one thing I would also apply for is a tax exemption card for that retailer. So Walmart's tax exempt applications. So you can list our warehouse address and you can fill out a Walmart tax exemption enrollment program, which makes it so that your local purchases, we have a ton of prep center clients that do this just for groceries, even for themselves. They'll just say, oh yeah, these are going to our warehouse in Oregon. And then they just don't have to pay sales tax on whatever they're buying. So it's just a document. You can Google search it. Walmart, any big retailer, if they've got stores in 3 states or more, is kind of my rule of thumb for that, you can get tax exemption for it. And you just fill out this thing, and then they'll give you a little card in the mail. Like Best Buy's card is a little yellow card, and you just have them scan it at checkout, and it waives your sales tax, even if you're in California where you got sales tax.
Thank you.
And what about ungating? Like, 'cause some of our stores is new, so like how does the ungating process work? Do you offer that service? I know it's holiday time, so right now it's probably not working.
So right now, no, we're not doing ungating right now. We're just too busy for that. We've also got all of our FBM slots just filled to the gills right now with people sending in stuff. For ungating, I truly recommend don't send it to the prep center. Send it to whatever address is registered for your business, because I've noticed that Amazon, when you submit an ungating application for an item that we receive here, I'd say it gets approved, 50-60% of the time. But if your Secretary of State business registration address matches your Amazon business address, and that's where the shipping receipt shows it to, it's kind of the trifecta, and I'd say you get like 80-90% success there. Okay. The other big thing for ungating, just order it from Amazon. I don't know if you guys know that you can do that, but you can just order from Amazon, and then you just return it when it's done. That's how I get all of my ungating done still to date, is I'll just buy the item because Amazon lets you do returns, and you can do returns until January 31st for any item you buy on Amazon right now. So even if it takes them, 2 whole months to get ungated, you can still return the item.
Did you guys hear that?
Wait, so you're
say that one more time.
I don't think you guys heard that.
You're buying from Amazon and then submitting the receipt.
Yes, I swear on everything, that's what I do. So the other big thing that I did,
like, what invoice do you put?
Oh, you put the invoice from the Amazon account. So I don't know which account. I don't know which order. I don't know which account I'm on, actually. So I've got a bunch of Amazon accounts, like for my personal, for my business one, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. And then I think that went. Sorry, my computer's getting bogged down a little.
By the way, you dropping some gems.
Nah, you dropping some gems.
Thank
right
you.
now.
Yeah, so like
Absolutely.
ungating stuff, I mean, we just buy it from here. Like these Avita things, I'm getting ready to return them. And I bought them, 4 weeks ago. Just because all you got to do is you hit view invoice, and boom, it's an invoice. It shows the address that it was sent to, shows the billing address, everything matches, easy. And my Seller Central account's linked to my Amazon account. So you actually can use Prime shipping, Tammy. You can. That's something that they used to not like, but you can now. The other big thing that I always see people look for on Amazon is Amazon to Amazon arbitrage. That's where I've made the most money recently, is doing that. So I'll show you guys a listing that I'm currently on, and the reason I'm showing you is because nobody can do it, because I bought every single one that Amazon had for sale. So I'll pull up a picture on my phone, but basically what you do is you go find Amazon's listing for the item here, and then you go find somebody else's listing that they've made. So Stanley 40 ounce. So you can buy them here for $46. Oh, they're supposed to be $45, but because I bought all of them from Amazon, they're going for more than that. And then I'm reselling them for $80. So I bought about 3,000 of these just recently for $45. And the real kicker is that, like I said, if they don't sell through by Christmas, I'm just creating a return order from Amazon and I'm returning them straight to Amazon. So my whole risk on this purchase is just shipping. I have no risk other than that. And this item sells 80,000 units a month on Amazon. But if you look now, like you can't buy it directly from Amazon anymore. It's getting sold from better value gifts or whatever. I bought all of Amazon themselves. I out of stocked Amazon. That's why there's this big white thing there. I ordered all of them that they had in stock.
So When it comes to
like
ungating,
you.
then, so it sounds like there's technology, like they pretty much have AI that reads your name, your address, and the item, right?
Yeah.
So because
So
okay,
so for the item doesn't matter. It just has to be the same brand. Well, whatever listing you're applying for. So if you're applying for ungating for, let's call it Nike brand, yes, put in an invoice that's for the listing that you're specifically doing, but it doesn't really matter which one. Like you can, my thing is I just look for whatever's got the farthest out return date, because I can just spam the repeat. All I do is just upload the same document over and over and over and over. And eventually it just goes through. And if it doesn't go through, I just hit return. And then I send it back to Amazon and I order it again and I just keep hitting spam on it. But yeah, so like this item here, Stanley Cups, super good item right now. But like I said, you can't get too many of them. So somebody like this, I'm gonna go buy all of their Stanleys for $46 because I can sell them for 80. Why wouldn't I?
So wait, the suit, you're buying it for 46 from a different.
And then I'm selling it on a different ASIN for 80, and it's the exact same cup.
Oh my god!
You just cleared out the competition.
Exactly. I've got my store's got about 25,000 cubic feet of storage for standard items, so I can store an unlimited amount essentially of these.
and it has to be in PDF because they need to be able to read the document, right? They can't read PNG. They can't read.
I think PNG works. I don't know. But the biggest thing for ungating that really is annoying, the older your account gets, the more brands just auto ungate. The last time I had to ungate something was the Avita brand recently, but prior to that, I haven't had to actually buy anything to ungate. I just hit apply and it auto approves me for the past like 6 months, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree.
But the reason that I love Amazon to Amazon arbitrage on stuff too, everybody, the Amazon credit card, 5% cash back on everything you buy.
Oh my god. Jesus. Hey, have you found a way to stack coupon or what you call it, cashback kind of software? So Rakuten on top of top cashback?
No, you can't. You can only do one. Like I said, though, my favorite's Fat Coupon. And here, let me show you why I like Fat Coupon. So I've got, like 300,000 points on there right now that I haven't used. It's like $300 or whatever. But the reason I like them is that you can redeem them for gift cards, and they give you there we go. So you can redeem it, and there's certain things that'll give you a bonus percentage. So you know how I was saying that I like Kohl's a lot because it's the best OA place. This is what I was using. So I would buy everything with Fat Coupon for through Kohl's. I'd get 3%, 2% cash back on it, and then when I redeem the points, I get an additional 7% bonus cash back for getting a Kohl's gift card. You can still get Kohl's cash from using a Kohl's gift card. So that $50 gift card there is really, worth like $62.50 because of the Kohl's cash that you get back.
Damn, I love that.
Yeah,
Yes, so
really
Terry
love
has a
it.
question. Is there an email or number for support?
So we don't do a phone number, but the email is included in your onboarding email. The reason that we do an email is because that way all of our teams have access. Like I said, we've got 7 different teams. We have a general manager, we have an assistant manager, we have a shift lead type thing. It makes it easier for us to have everybody be able to access it rather than, oh, hey, this is, Dakota, that's our general manager's name. If only Dakota has access to an email chain and then he's out sick one day, nobody's going to know what's going on with your item. So that's why we do an email rather than a phone number, just because it makes it easier to keep track of the record of what's going on, what's happening, why is there an issue with this. That way anybody can look it up no matter who's working on your batch.
And then Jana is asking, how did you get started with your prep center?
So I got started with the prep center because I sold my business for a pretty large amount a few years back. And then I was like, okay, what do I do now? People on Instagram and YouTube doing Amazon. So I said, cool. Didn't know anything about it. Lost a fortune starting up. I went to Walmart and I was like, oh, Cheerios for 98 cents. That's literally what I bought. And I bought every single box that they had in the entire store. Then I went to the next store and the next store. And then my garage was filled up. And then I went, well, this is stupid. So I literally had filled my garage with, I think it was like 8,000 boxes of Cheerios. Back then, Amazon used to measure your inventory by units, not by cubic feet. So, when you first started, they gave you 1,000 units. That was it. I didn't know that. like I said, I didn't know anything about Amazon. I just was like, oh, people are making money doing this. Cool. I'm going to go do it. Cheerios are selling for $5 on Amazon. I'm paying 98 cents. There's no way I can lose money. Plot twist, I did lose money because FBA fees murdered me on that purchase. So I did that. And then I had a couple of friends that I met through Instagram and stuff, and that they were doing it as well. And I was like, hey guys, I'm going to go rent a warehouse. Do you want to start sending your stuff here? Because one of them was in Ohio, who was actually the other co-founder of the prep center. And then one was in California. Yep.
Right?
Yep. So she was like, yeah, I'll send it there. It's tax-free. Why wouldn't I? And then it got to the point where I was like, okay, there's more units here than I can prep by myself. I need to hire on 2 or 3 employees. So we hired on a couple employees, and then it got to, well, wait, we've got this big warehouse. Why don't we just hire more employees and do this for other people? Because I'm paying rent, 24/7. It doesn't matter if I'm only using it 2 days a week. So that's how the prep center started. Is I maxed out my garage and then figured out, oh, this is actually profitable. Why not do it?
And your hits?
When I hit,
Yeah.
nose went out.
Mute or, and then Sam, you got a question, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam has a question.
So, Ricky, so you said earlier, I know you said something about the Amazon. Well, one, was that the personal card or the business card? You said one with the 5%. I know I got the personal one, but which one?
The personal one and the business one both do it. I do most of my bulk purchasing through my Amazon business account just because they're less likely to flag it. I've never had them actually cancel an order. I've had them do like a 24-hour hold where they want to review it and they call me to verify the purchase because, ordering 3,000 Stanleys looks absolutely ridiculous to your credit card, I'm sure.
Okay. And then did you start off doing well, I guess currently are you using like PLOCs or like do you use like any other cards, or did you see the best work for these practices? Or
so my personal favorite card is the Amex Plum card. The reason for that is it's got a 60-day cycle on it versus a 30-day cycle.
Right.
So for OA stuff, it's a godsend. It gives you 60 days. And they increase your limit every month that you pay it off, and it's 1.5% cash back. So it's not the full 2% that some cards give you, but your limit increasing every month with a 60-day cycle is huge because let's just think about the cycle time of things. So you order from Kohl's, it takes 3 to 5 days to get to me. Then it takes me, let's call it a week to prep it. So we're at 10 to 12 days. Then from there, it takes 3 to 5 days to get to Amazon. And we're at, 18 days, we're going to call it there, 15 to 18 days. Then from there, it takes 2 weeks to check in, you're at 30 days. So the normal credit card, you'd be paying interest. With the Plum card, you've got another 30 days before you got to pay it. So that's a huge benefit.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Plum card. So with that, I know it has return protection. Have you used that?
I haven't had any issues for it. The big thing for me was purchasing from wholesalers using a credit card. I use a service called Plastique. It's essentially a wire that you can send from a credit card for a 3% fee. I use credit card because, my biggest fear is what if I send this guy $100,000 and he just runs off with it? I can't charge back a wire, but I can charge back a credit card. Having the Plum card gives you that really good protection, and Amex is the best with chargebacks. I've never lost a chargeback with them.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. So yeah, I got the right card in for that, and that'd be cool.
You got Plum, right, bro?
Yeah, I got the Plum.
That's good.
I got the Plum, but I didn't know if I just got the business goal too, so I was trying to see which one would be best. But yeah, I still think the Plum is gonna be good with that. And Ricky, did you say is it gonna go to my junk or anything before it's the onboarding?
It should go to your email. It might go to your junk if you've never received an email from us. Sometimes it does, but I haven't done any more onboarding other than the
other than Jerry.
Yeah, I've only onboarded.
Oh, okay.
You go through everybody else later tonight.
I've been looking through junk I don't think it came yet. All right, then so basically the Plum card, just utilize that one, probably gonna be the best fit for that.
The Plum card's real good. And the other one that people don't know about because it's actually a regional bank out here that I really like is First Tech Federal. That's who I personally bank with. If you guys want, I'll send out an invite link. They give me $5 for each account that I sign up. So it's nothing, but I genuinely love this bank because they have the highest limit credit cards I have ever seen. And the credit cards give you like whatever for reward points, but the starter limits on it So this card here, they'll give you, if you get approved for it, they'll give you a minimum of $25,000 limit. That's the minimum that they offer. They don't offer less. For this one here, it's 15,000. For this one here, it's 7,500. But this one here, they'll give you a max limit of $150,000. And it's got, 3x points, which is like 1.25% cash back. And it's a $75 a year fee for that. It's unrivaled in terms of bang for your buck. They're also just a really good bank. I've never had an issue with them. They are regional though, but they're part of the credit union association. So if you have any credit union in your area, you can, go in and get whatever issues resolved with them. But I genuinely really like them. They've got a bunch of different cards that are really good. I'm also a Blazers basketball fan, even though we're terrible usually, but they give you 10% off purchases. When you buy stuff at the Blazers.
They don't have business cards, right?
They don't have business cards. They have business bank accounts, but for personal, it's really good because what it really helps with is when you're getting a business card, they're going to go off of your personal credit score. So if you can get one of these for your personal, it's just a nice card to have, and it just massively bumps your line of credit utilization or your line of credit size. And the business bank account, they'll usually be like, oh, you've got a 25K limit from First Tech. Cool, we'll match that and start you at the 25K, even if they were normally going to only start you at the 5K.
Nice. That's a good one too.
Do you got to bank with them for a certain amount of time before you can get the card?
Nope. And all it takes to open an account is you got to deposit $5.
Do you have line of credit?
They do. They have secured line of credits and stuff. They offer everything that every other bank offers for the most part. But you can get personal loans, personal line of credit, secured loans. You can go do whatever, and it's really low interest. Oh, the credit cards also are like 15% interest, 12% interest, stuff like that. They're very low. Like you can get a personal line of credit for 14%.
5,000. Okay, it's not bad.
Or you can do like a savings secured for 3%, stock secured 14%, fixed rate loans for 9%. So they're really competitive in terms of percent APR.
That's what I'm looking to.
Go ahead, Art. Or is it Art next? Up next?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I have a question. Or actually, Rick, can you do me a favor and just share some more of your sourcing, I guess maybe techniques for OA? Some of the things that you used to do that were just working very well for you?
So basically, I would just find brands that I liked. So I would label like I used to keep a spreadsheet. I probably still have it somewhere. But basically it was I only look for these brands at these retailers. I don't look for anybody else because I know that this is the spot to get it from. So for example, Kohl's, Nike. That's what I get there. There's nowhere they can beat them. Nike.com doesn't even beat them. The other big things that Kohl's wins with is Shark, Ninja, and Keurig. Because 25% off, it's huge. The other big thing is that you can use this Go Get 20 code like almost year round. I don't know if it's actually year round, but 20% off of your order on top of the 25% cash back because it's just you win. So I've got a bunch of cash back apps that are all clogging up my thing. But so the big thing with Kohl's though, you want to do everything in increments of 50 or 100 because that's when you get your Kohl's cash. So if you do that, that's what I hate about the $19.99 or the $9.99 on their stuff is that it's purposely there to try and get you just one level below on the cash back. So you just go and do the math to figure out, okay, hey, I'm going to order $600 of these or $500 or $400 because then you're going to get the most Kohl's cash. Because if you end up with, $49.99, you get 0 for Kohl's cash. You have to hit that 50. So it's all about getting increments of 50. So if I go and I add, 99 of these to my cart, let's say. Oh, what do I have in my cart right now? I probably actually have these in my cart right now because I was looking at them earlier. Oh, it was Air Monarchs. Go back. So these Keurigs, they're a really good one. They're also really, really good for FBMing if you're willing to do that. They sell really, really well. But you know, 99, add to cart, it's probably gonna be like, oh, they're not, oh, wow, okay. So you're gonna use the go get 20 code. And with Kohl's, the big thing is make sure you're using all of your coupons that are available. If you don't use all your coupons, you're just losing money that you shouldn't be losing. So
you can stack coupons on Kohl's.
You can stack as many coupons as you want.
And you said the go get 20 is just a code that you manually enter, and it typically works for those products.
It works for everything except for like Kohl's has certain brands that you cannot use any coupons on. Like Nike, there is no coupon in the world that they'll take. So it's just, you know, with Nike, you just get the Kohl's cash. Oh darn, I only get 25% cash back. It's the worst thing in the world. I hate my life. You know, so you hit take 20% there. So I'm getting 99 of these coffee makers for $9,500. I'm getting, oh, the other thing, Kohl's cash tops out at $1,500. So if your order is over $6,000, you're actually missing out. So I would put less in my cart. So I would put in like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna have to put in like 66, but I can only remove one at a time. But yeah, you'd put in like 60 of these instead of 99 like I did. Because see, my Kohl's cash didn't go down even though I removed the coffee maker, and I removed another and another. So I'm gonna just open up a new tab. I'm gonna delete those. Then I'm gonna add 65 of them. I think it's 65 is what it would total to be. I'm just kind of eyeballing the math on that one. And then you got to enter your coupon code again. That's the other big thing is that I made so many mistakes with that is that I thought the coupon code would carry over. It doesn't always carry over. So, oh, it's only on that percent Kohl's cash. So I just keep going until my Kohl's cash basically hits, you know, 1,500 because that's the closest it's going to get. So now it's at 1,280.
Can you use Kohl's cash to completely pay for a product?
Except for shipping, they'll charge you $9.99 in shipping, no matter what. So even though I'm paying $7,487 for these right there, I'm getting, you know, I'm going to round this up by $10 and say $1,500 back because I'm going to add another one. And I'm getting $379.17. So I'm really getting another, you know, $1,800 cash back. So my real cost is about $5,700 for 79 of them. If somebody wants to do the math on it, because I don't feel like doing that math.
Wait, so the cashback extensions, those companies, right? Rakuten, Top Cashback, would they recognize that purchase even if I'm using Kohl's cash? So a $700 purchase that's paid with Kohl's cash.
So they don't recognize they don't recognize the Kohl's cash, but they recognize the Kohl's rewards. So your Kohl's cash is separate from Kohl's rewards. And the big difference is Kohl's cash expires. It is only valid for these dates there. Kohl's rewards are forever. Okay, so $72 each, then take off another 4%, and then take off another 2% for your credit card. So I'm going to call it, you know, $68 each for these ballpark. So then Keurig select, and that's what these are sold as, is the K select. I was just looking at these. So right now they're on sale for $98. It's not profitable right now. Don't do it right now. If you got the cash to buy and hold them, it's a really good buy and hold because right towards Christmas, these things will shoot up to almost $200. That's what they did last year at least. But even if they're going at their normal list price of, you know, $149, heck, let's call it $125. We'll see. We'll use SellerAmp to see what the profit margin on that would be. So we'll call it, you know, 125. And I'm paying, you know, 68.00. So I'm getting a 23% ROI, which isn't amazing. It's good, but not amazing on something that sells 9,000 units a month. And if you look at the chart for it on Keepa, it's a super consistent chart. Keurig's a big one. K-Pods, the supplier for those, Office Depot. Nobody beats Office Depot on K-Pods. I don't think any of them are profitable right now to buy from them, just because there's no sales on K-Pods there. But K-Pods, they'll outsell any item on Amazon. Some of the ASINs have 200,000 units a month in sales.
Is it K-Pops? Is that K-Cups?
Yeah, K-Cups.
Okay.
Yeah.
K-Cups from Office Depot?
Set up an Office Depot business account, and then you get business pricing, which is preferred. So you get like an extra 10% off of whatever your list price is. And then you get the business rewards points and all that other jazz. And right now, like I said, it's not profitable right now. So you're going to want to wait a couple weeks until they go on sale more. And keep us.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ronald.
Hey, Rick, I had a question regarding your warehouse, or basically your business as a whole.
Sure.
I know you said you still have plenty of space in your warehouse, but I was wondering, since you're in the West Coast, do you see any advantages of opening something like on the East Coast, in another non-tax state like Delaware or New Hampshire or something along those lines? Any
Like
benefits?
for me personally to open one up out there?
Yes, just basically expanding, or if you see any benefits
So
to that.
it's something that we've been looking into, because I do receive a lot of wholesale shipments from the East Coast. There's a lot of wholesalers in New York, New Jersey, that kind of stuff. So it's something we've been looking into. It's not something that we're planning on doing currently, just because, I live in Oregon, so it's easy for me to run the business when it's 20 minutes from my house. So the logistics of training somebody to completely run it remotely would be very large. We've only been doing the prep center as a whole for about a year now, so I'd want a little bit more time to do that. I see some benefit in it. It's just something that I'm not opening up at the moment.
Also, do you see more benefits for the sellers like ourselves, when it comes to the actual Amazon warehouses that the shipments are going to be sent to after they're prepped, or not necessarily?
In terms of going from East Coast prep centers?
Correct.
So the thing that I've noticed is East Coast prep centers, they check in faster, but there's always discrepancies. I've never had a single shipment. I've sold I think I've done almost 20 million total in sales on Amazon now. Or no, 10 million. Sorry. And I've never once had a shipment that goes to the East Coast that hasn't had a discrepancy. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to accuse Amazon of stealing, but I think they're stealing.
Really interesting.
Oh yeah. I mean, we had a client today. I actually think it was one of your people in here that was emailing about it this morning. But Amazon's saying straight up that a box that had 5 pairs of Converse in it showed up empty. Like 5 shoe boxes is not a small thing. Like if it was 1 unit of makeup short, I'd believe that it fell off a table and it just didn't get caught. I would be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll reimburse you for that, whatever. But 5 whole shoe boxes and that the box showed up empty. Yeah, right. There's no way. There's no way we literally shipped an empty box that UPS didn't notice. Hey, this box's weight says it's 10 pounds, but it's really 2. Like it just has to get noticed. And that's why I say I don't like the East Coast fulfillment centers as much. The one that I've had the absolute worst time with is the one in Virginia. I forget what the acronym for it is. And then the one in New Jersey themselves is terrible. That one I'm certain is outright stealing.
Interesting. Who's stealing it though? The employees or what?
Yeah, no, I think it's employees. I don't think it's Amazon as a company. I think it's employees that are like, oh, that's some nice socks there. Yeah, I'm just gonna put them in my pocket and go. Because it's never off by crazy amounts. It's off by like 5 units, maybe 10 units, just enough that it's not worth it to like get a lawyer involved, but enough that it's annoying. Because when you're shipping in, 4 shipments, 5 shipments a week, and you lose, 10 pairs of socks each shipment, you're losing a couple $100 per batch.
Yeah, that's true.
So it adds up really quick. So I'm like, it's clearly not an organized thing. It's more of somebody stealing my socks.
Maybe it'll get better in the summertime when they don't need socks.
That's what you'd think, but it does not. It does not. Oh, the other big OA lead for everybody. Back to school sales, Crayola at Walmart. Buy out every set of colored pencils and every set of markers you can get, because they go on sale for 98 cents and 99 cents. You can make a fortune in a week.
Love it. Sam, Sam, we got a question or no?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm trying to write down the other thing he just said. Hey, so can you walk me through how you were saying earlier you would buy out like something, I guess, you would buy out a competition on Amazon. So like can you walk me through like how you would do like I guess that with the plumber call
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
much
so
like what do you mean by that?
doing that, you have to have a lot of cash to be able to do it is the biggest thing. So like with this, I dropped like $400,000 to do this, roughly. So it's not something that the average person can just go out and do. But you can find it's called Amazon to Amazon arbitrage. Like, you know, right now we're doing online arbitrage. But so like with these Stanleys here, Amazon themselves was selling them for $40 and they would let you order 300 at a time. So I ordered 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. You know, I've got just, I think I've got a picture of it in front of my house. But I was getting a delivery about this big. I don't know if it's going to be able to see it very well, but I was getting deliveries that big every day for about 2 weeks. Just boxes and boxes and boxes. And all it is just finding a different listing. So if you find an item that, you know, Amazon themselves is selling, you can almost always find another listing that somebody else has created to try and compete with them. So that's an easy one.
There's no risk involved in that?
Nope, not at all. None that I've had. I've never had a bad experience with it because the worst case scenario is I only do this during Christmas time because worst case scenario, I buy everything in November. If it doesn't sell through before mid-December, I create a removal order and then it ships back to me and then I return it to Amazon. So I have zero risk involved other than just paying the return shipping. And because I'm getting the 5% cash back on it, I get enough free units that it covers what that shipping cost is typically. So for me, it's a, you know, hey, I can make on these Stanley cups that I was doing it with, you know, I'm making $14.53 per cup and I'm paying, you know, like 38.5, I think, with the discounts and everything. So I'm making $22 a unit with a 50% ROI on them. So, you know, that's worth the risk to me. And if I don't sell them all, cool, I just return them to Amazon and that's the end of it.
But then besides cash, you also have to have enough storage for them, right? Because even for us using a prep center,
yep,
if they're there for longer than X amount of period or at Amazon for longer than, you know, X period of, you know, days or weeks or whatever, then you get charged for that, correct?
Yeah, so you would get, so for, that's what I'm saying, for this is something you have to do if you have like infrastructure, being able to go out and buy, you know, there's nothing wrong with going and buying like 1 or 2 or 3 of these flips, like that's whatever, like if you're gonna go buy the Stanley Cups, you know, go buy 2 or 3 of them. My whole point of this was I purposely tried to buy out all of Amazon stock so that nobody could do it on the same exact item that I was, because I didn't want them to. So, here, this is actually another example of them that I forgot about that I used to do.
And you were saying you can do this to ungate with them too now?
Yeah, you can just ungate. What are those stupid wipes called? 1 second.
You're giving us products, you guys. So many ways, right? To like arbitrage it, you just gotta be creative, really.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm just trying to find, I can't remember the name of the brand that it was, because I haven't done this one in a minute. But
so when I hear somebody say, oh, sorry. When I hear somebody say Amazon arbitrage is illegal and you'll get your store shut down, I shouldn't believe them.
No, they just don't want you to do it because they're scared of you. Because they're doing it. So this one let me show you guys is a little bit risky, to be honest with you. Because it's against the rules, what I was doing, but I think this one was just silly. So, and everybody that I show this to laughs because nobody believes me. Like, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, my friends and family that are over, they're like, what do you mean you're just buying wipes on Amazon and reselling them? I was like, no, that's what I'm doing. So see this Oh, I didn't mean to click out of it yet. Okay, whatever. So see how the packaging's, blue here, and it's selling for $13 a unit each, right? And there's when it loads, I think it's like 30,000 units a month. Yeah. So there's about 33,000 units a month sold of this. Screaming ASIN, 62% profit. Amazing, right? Then all I was doing was I was buying the new packaging, because even in the picture on the new packaging, it's the same UPC, same everything. They just changed the packaging color. That's all they did. So I was buying these for $4.23, then getting my 5% cash back. And then I was listing them as the old one. Don't do that if you're not willing to take a little bit of a risk on your account. You will get banned eventually from selling this ASIN. That's why I stopped doing it. But I sold about 50,000 units of this. For when I was selling them, they were going for $16.00 per unit. So I was making $5 a unit, and I sold like 60,000 of them. So I made, $250,000 doing this exact item. Just buying.
Oh wait, right? Oh wait.
No. Buying from Amazon.
Oh, so Amazon to Amazon. Okay.
And I was just buying the new packaging and doing the old one. The biggest way you're gonna find Amazon to Amazon flips is you're gonna find things that are like Amazon sells them as a 24 pack, and then you can sell it as a 12 pack. So it's called kitting, which is mixing and matching things. Bundling is when you take the same item and put it together. Kitting is when you take it apart, essentially. So if you find like with Keurig coffee, there's like 100 pack of it, or a 30 pack or a 40 pack, stuff like that. That's when you're gonna really come up and make a lot of profit on Amazon to Amazon flips.
So what's the biggest OA story you've seen in volume?
Oh, I know people that are personally doing 2 and 3 million a month on OA still.
100% OA?
100% OA.
Oh wow. Hear that, guys? That's how scalable it is.
Yeah, OA is super scalable. You definitely need a VA at that scale. I don't care who you are, you're not sleeping if you're doing that scale without a VA. I mean, we have people at the prep center that they're 100% OA and they're doing 150, 160K a month, 200K a month, 300K a month. We've got one guy that he exclusively does Amazon to Amazon flips, and he's doing $400,000 a month, just buying stuff from Amazon, selling it back on Amazon on different listings.
Wow. Jane has a question. So are you potentially buying me out and returning back to me? Don't play with me, please.
I mean, are you selling these wipes?
I think you're just joking, so.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, if you are, I absolutely was doing that kind of stuff. I haven't been reading the chat. Does Ricky offer coaching or mentorships? I don't really offer those. It's just nothing I looked into personally. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but it's something that Luis is already doing, so I'd have to talk with him about it, because I'm not trying to steal clients away from him like that. That just would be very disrespectful to do. Do you mentor starting professor? Absolutely not. I mean this in the most respectful way. I am not going to teach you how to run an identical business to mine that has a finite number of customers, because there's only so many Amazon sellers that do OA. So I'm not going to teach you exactly how my business works, how to do it, to then have you open an exact competitor of my business.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Hey, they 5% back on the Amazon card. Is that through Chase?
There's the one through Chase and there's one through Synchrony Credit Union, so you can actually get both. I cannot bank with Chase anymore because I own a marijuana license in Oregon, and Chase will not bank with anybody that has a marijuana license.
Dude, you're selling pot too?
Oh, I have a bunch of side businesses. I own a Harley Davidson dealership. I own a chemical distribution company. I have a couple of marijuana licenses. I own about 15 different restaurants. I own a bunch of houses in the Midwest, and I own 500,000 square feet of commercial real estate as well.
You guys are beast, huh?
Respect.
Respect.
Last question, Jerry.
Respect.
Yeah, this guy needs to go soon, so I'll take like one last more question. One last question. Go ahead, Jerry.
Just curious if how far Ricky is from Portland and if they offer tours.
Oh, we are in Portland. Our warehouse is in Portland. Let me see how far we are from the airport. I want to say we're about 15 minutes or so.
Because I actually was going to make a trip up that way. And I'm actually with First Tech as well. So I was going to kind of roll a lot of things into one. And I said, oh, I can add that to the list. while I'm up there.
So we're about 20 minutes from the airport. We're in Portland. We're just in Southeast Portland. I don't know if you know Portland areas at all too well, but we're
No,
right
I've never been yet.
Okay, so you're gonna experience two things when you get into Portland. You're gonna experience really aggressive homeless people. That's very, very real. It is not just a joke. That is.
I've been there recently, so yeah.
Yeah, the homeless population is very, very aggressive up here, and there's a lot of them. The other thing is that everything closes very early. To put it in perspective, Taco Bell down the street from my house closes at 9 p.m. Where have you seen a Taco Bell that closes at 9 p.m.? Also, most restaurants are not open on Mondays.
Yeah, we kind of went through that here in Chicago for a little while, and then they started.
You got good restaurants, man. Don't even. No, you're not even.
No, I'm saying we do, but for a while, a
no,
lot of things were closing down.
I won't
early.
hear it. Chicago's got some of the best food in the country.
Were.
No, you're
now they're back open,
wrong.
but they were, man.
When you come
I've been
out here
all my life.
No, when you come out here, it's different. You're tripping. You do not understand what I mean.
No, yes, I do. I've been small towns. Trust me.
This isn't small town. This is like 600. Well, small to Chicago.
No,
this is like
600. I was in Santa
people.
Rosa, California.
That's not even.
They
small.
hardly had anything open. It was It was less than 100,000 people.
Do you want a good laugh? Let's okay. Oregon population. So this is what people don't understand about Oregon. 60% of our state's population is in a 30-mile circle. You see, when it loads, see this nice green area? That means there's less than one person per square mile. Look at how spread out our population is. There's all of us there, and then nobody else exists. It's just empty.
There's a lot of rain up there now too lately.
No, we get 1.5 inches more than San Francisco. Everybody exaggerates our rain. It's not that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
The way they show the weather maps, it's like really coming through up there.
No. I think you guys might. Oregon average inches of rain.
They call it that atmospheric river that's coming through up that way.
Yeah.
And bro, you want your social media, by the way?
My social media. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't post anything on there. I think I made my first post. Oh, I'm on a direct message. How do I switch off of a direct message? I don't use Zoom that often.
Yeah, Lewis, if I could ask one more question, that'd be great too.
It's up to Ricky, really.
Yeah, I'll take as many questions as you guys got. I don't got anything else going on. Just work, and then I go home and eat dinner and sleep.
How are you outsourcing, as far as, or I should say, delegating responsibilities for your OA business? What are you handling, and what is
I don't do OA
to?
anymore. I do wholesale now, just because for me, I don't have the time to do OA anymore. OA wholesale, you're gonna make less profit per percentage wise, but you're gonna make more in terms of raw dollars because you can spend far more. So I can call up my wholesaler and say, hey, I want to spend $1 million today. Imagine trying to spend $1 million at Target. It's really hard.
Got it. So when you're doing OA, how are you delegating responsibilities, and what were you doing?
So when I was doing OA, I basically employed my parents, my sister, and my uncle and my aunt and 2 cousins to run things for me because I didn't know about VAs. It was nothing I knew about. If I had known about them, I absolutely would have gone and tried to get a bunch of VAs.
That's the only way, right?
Got it.
You agree?
Yeah, it's OA it's boots on the ground. The more VAs you get for OA, 100%, the better you're going to perform. Up until if you got 200 VAs and you can only spend $2,000 a month, they're probably going to find more items than you can spend. So the trick is kind of balancing and figuring out how much cash per month can each VA spend for you. Is essentially what I would say, is figuring that out.
Yeah, so build a VA team, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only way, right? I mean, I've tried to find
100%.
other ways, but all I can really think of is scaling my people, right? That's the only way,
exactly.
right?
There's no other way. There's softwares out there that claim they'll scan through catalogs, this and that. No, they suck. Every single one of them sucks.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how long would it have taken you? Amazon's got what, 200 million items? How long would it have taken you to find the wipes that I was showing you, or the cups, or anything like that? You would never find them. There's 200 million items on Amazon. If you sat there, even if you can go through an item a minute, 200 million minutes later, I don't know how many hours that is. But thousands of hours. It's you're 50 years old and you started, you were 18 type thing to find that item. And by then, who knows if it's even profitable? Because with Amazon, as you guys have all seen, I'm sure, everything is changing in every second of every day. You need to have the most labor that you can to be able to find those items as quickly as you can. Because the biggest thing with OA for me, that was a risk that I didn't like. This is the one thing about OA that I really didn't like, was that, one, I was paying my family and I was paying them American wages versus international wages. So it was hemorrhaging money on that. Two, if you can find this OA lead, anybody else can find that OA lead. So with VAs, the whole name of the game is I find it faster than them, because eventually every lead will get saturated. So you have to find them faster than everybody else. And that's what the VAs really, really succeed in, is if you've got, an army of VAs, you've got an army of people searching for 100 different items a minute, 6,000 items an hour. You're going to clear through it way faster than you could just by yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Any more questions, you guys? This question is, are the VAs buying the items or just helping find items? Well, both, really.
Yeah, both. So I had, when I started using VAs, I have one VA who's like my head VA, and he goes through and reviews the lists and makes sure everything's good, and then he does the purchasing himself. I have a bunch of people that are product finders that work for me, but I haven't had them on long enough to trust them with, hey, go buy the item. I want one person to be responsible for that, or maybe two, to just, hey, why did you buy this item that isn't doing well? Let's talk about it and figure out what happened so we make sure it doesn't happen again. Whereas if you have, 5 or 10 VAs having a conversation 5 or 10 times, it's going to get costly in terms of mistakes.
Yeah.
Those about you.
Go ahead, Ron.
How do you go about trusting a VA with your purchasing item, whether it's a credit card or whatever funding item that you use for them to purchase?
Virtual card numbers is a big thing for that. Virtual card numbers, so that card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is only used by that VA. So that way it makes it really easy to track whether, hey, because whenever you purchase, like, so Citi, they do virtual card numbers in the app. That's what I use for my VAs to purchase, is I have a Citi card. And they just, I can see, oh, hey, Carl, that's my VA's name. Carl bought this item, this item, this item, because I also use my cards for other things. Like I'll use my business card for gas, So it's, oh, hey, did somebody else do this? Did somebody else do that? But it's easy to track, oh, hey, this was a Carl purchase. Okay, cool. And if he ever buys something weird, hey, I know exactly which card it was on. And I just turn that card off with one click of the button.
Do you put a cap or a limit to those virtual cards as well?
I don't anymore. I used to have a limit on them per day. I don't anymore because I've been having Carl work for me for just over a year now. He's never done anything that I haven't trusted in totality. I've flown him out to the US and got him a visa to come out here and visit. I've met him in person. So I have really good trust in him specifically. All my other VAs, absolutely not. Would never give them like an unlimited card number. I would definitely set a limit on that for them, just because, that's how you lose everything really quickly.
Yeah, having a buyer is tough, but it just takes trust. So it takes time, basically.
It takes time, but that's what I was saying, is the limit, put a limit on there. Whatever limit you put on there, yeah, if they spend up to that, that's fine. But if they try to spend over that, you'll get notified real quick. Hey, this transaction didn't go through. Do you want to approve it, even though it's over the virtual card limit?
Also, you mentioned that you're not doing OA anymore. But how about those cups that you mentioned you sold?
I do that seasonally. So I do that seasonally for items I can find like a really good margin on. Just because it's like, hey, when I bought out all of Amazon's, I'm gonna get a 60% ROI on them, and I have no risk. I can just return them. So that's why I said I only do like Amazon to Amazon flips, or Amazon OA flips even right now in this time of year, but I only buy them from Amazon just because it's got the extended return period. So I don't have any risk. For me, the reason I don't do OA, even though it makes you way more money, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time for it. I would have to hire an army of virtual assistants to go through the spend that I do every month to be able to do it. So for me, it's just easier to do wholesale because, spending even $100,000, spending $50,000 at Target, that's a real task. They're going to cancel some of your orders. They're going to run out of stock on things. They're not going to ship them. With a wholesaler, it's, hey, enter. It's just faster. But I would also never recommend going into wholesale until you're doing 6 figures a month. The reason for that is, if you're not doing 6 figures a month in sales, you're going to be limited in how many items you can buy at a time. And with wholesale, I try and cast a really wide net. So my store's got about 45,000 ASINs in it right now, give or take, because I try to diversify. I would never spend all of my money on, just that one ASIN. That would be crazy. That's how you lose everything. It's all about diversifying yourself.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I love OA still.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, no, OA is better if you have the VAs to do it and you have the time to do it. It's 100% better. 100%.
I was going to ask you the question, like, what's the biggest number you've seen with OA? Because I'm thinking in my head, well, how big can I scale this? But you said like 2 million, right? A month?
Yeah, I know guys that are doing 2 or 3 million a month. So they're doing higher total volume than I am. And they just have, they have their own office in the Philippines with like 50 VAs that work full time just for them. Like those guys that are doing that scale, yeah, you need an army of people. But like realistically, I mean, hear me out. At the end of the day, how much money do you actually need? Like if they're, they're doing $2 million a month, let's say they're doing a 20% margin on that or 20% ROI on that. They're making what, $500,000 a month? Like you could go buy a Lambo and crash it every other week and be fine. Like you just go buy a new Lamborghini. Oh, hey, it's Lamborghini time, guys. I'm going to go drive it off the boat today. Here's my parachute. You can just be crazy. That's why I'm like, to me, Amazon, what it is it's a stepping stone. You can have this monstrous cash flow right off the bat, and you can go take out loans against your Amazon business to then go fund other things. So like I said, with my Amazon store, I'm all about diversifying. That's why I own all the different businesses that I do is, God forbid my Amazon store gets shut down. I'm not all in on Amazon. I'm not all in on my motorcycle dealership. I'm not all in on my marijuana licenses. I'm not all in on any one thing because it's just silly. But Amazon, it's infinitely scalable. You can get as big as you want. I know some people that are doing, $100 million a year on Amazon. It's just crazy big numbers. They're making, I don't even know what they're making on that. But it's just such a cash flowing business. The banks love seeing it and love lending you money on your Amazon store. Use that to go buy rental properties. Use that to go buy a bakery, buy whatever you want to buy. It doesn't really matter. Your Amazon store is like your loan-based business. It is what you get loans on because it has such high cash flow and such high profit margins. Like my motorcycle dealership, we operate on a 20% a year profit. If you're doing 20% a year on Amazon, you got to figure some things out because you should be doing that per month.
Yeah, we suck.
10-15% easy.
Wow. Thanks, man. Like it helped me like think bigger, right? Because like 3 million a year is the biggest. So there's more room to grow for sure.
Yeah, no, there's that's what it is. There's infinite room to grow because Amazon does $2 billion a day in sales.
Yeah.
There's nobody that has the cash volume in this world to afford that.
No, same with OA, exactly with OA though.
Oh yeah, with OA, I mean it's huge. There's guys that are doing crazy numbers on that.
Right. It gets annoying though, right? Like all these canceled orders and all this like hoopla that we gotta do with OA. So I'm thinking like the more I scale it, like the more hoopla I gotta,
Exactly. And that's why for me that I was like, I switched over to wholesale once I got to a certain point, but I started making less money, spending the same amount of money. So unless you have a lot of excess cash, wholesale is like not the way to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, I have a quick question regarding accounting. What do you recommend for both startup and also once you start scaling up as far as doing your accounting because you want to make it right, especially once you're looking out for these loans against your cash flow?
Seller board's really good. I think it's 50 or $100 a month. It's not crazy expensive. Seller board's really, really good. It keeps track of just about everything and it's super accurate and it's super easy. All you have to do is input your buy cost and everything else it auto imports from your Amazon account. There's nothing else to do with it.
Thank you.
Then we asked a question in the chat. So you recommend having as many VAs as we can afford?
Oh, absolutely. I recommend having as many well-trained VAs as possible. So like Louis training VAs and stuff, that's a huge service. For me, I didn't know anybody that was doing that back then. So I had to go find these VAs on Fiverr, train them for weeks and weeks and weeks, be like, you know what, this guy's just terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing. If you don't have to do that, it saves you so much time. Like how many VAs do you have trained right now that are like available to be rented out for services type thing?
Right now?
Yeah.
Man, like 35 are booked right now.
Whoever gets those
training, you know how it is with training, right? It takes like time. You gotta like filter out people.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whoever hires those 35 that you got, they're gonna be the student that scales the fastest. Is whoever gets the most of those. Like, yeah, that's all you need to scale is you need VAs and you need suppliers. For suppliers, go to Kohl's and go to Target. Go to Target for records and Walmart for records. Go to Kohl's for Nike. That's all I was doing, was buying just that for OA, nothing else.
Yeah.
Doing 6 figures a month.
That's exactly what I'm doing is to really like support the group, because I know they're gonna scale at some point, right? It's not even that hard to do OA.
Yeah. No, and
we just gotta find more products.
Once you get, yeah, so products is the biggest thing for Amazon. Products and having enough cash. I gave you guys products that you can find. There's always something at Kohl's. You know, Kohl's is the infinite supplier. Records, they sell crazy good. There's super good margins on them. The one thing that you gotta be careful with the records, and that, you know, we really do take care of those when we ship them, because we used to ship them ourselves. Bubble wrapping. Whenever you're accounting for prep, add an extra $2 in bubble wrap costs onto your records, just for your costs for internal analysis on them. Because if we don't bubble wrap them really well, they will break in shipping. So I promise, you know, a $50 resale value record, it's worth spending $2 on bubble wrap.
Yeah, that's true. We'll ask the records on Walmart.
Walmart and Target. Walmart and Target, man.
Love it. Any more questions? Rick has been generous, but I know you have.
Yeah, as far as resources, sharpening your OA skills, what resources were you using when you were doing OA? Was there anyone that you were following? Was there any forums that you were part of? Was there any?
So honestly, the person who showed me the most about Amazon was my business partner, Michaela. I'll put that's her Instagram there. I just put it in the chat. She does live streams. She's not doing them until the new year, but she does live streams every week, answers questions for free with people. And it's just basic questions. It's her and I think it's Instagram Side Hustle
Experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys are both really good. He's really good. She's really good. Those are who I would trust, because, you know, Michaela's my business partner. I trust her with complete trust. She's not going to lie to you about anything that she answers questions on. Louise here's a great resource too for that kind of stuff, just because, you know, he's doing it. He's got how many of you guys are in this call? I don't actually know how many people are in this.
24 now. Yeah, 24.
Yeah, there's 24 people in here. I mean, he's got 24 students in here. He's getting questions from everybody. He's answering all those questions. Like that's like your go-to guy. Michaela's got great content out there just on her Instagram. The other one is, this is actually one of our prep center clients that we really, really like. And she's starting to post more content. I just don't remember her Instagram off the top of my head. It is Aussie Mom FBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good. She's scaling. She just did her first month. She's doing all OA, and she just did 122,000 this month, and she's just under a year in Amazon, and she's just about to break 7 figures.
Nice.
With all OA, I just want to repeat that, it's just solely OA, and she's done almost $1 million in sales.
You guys are you guys are beasts, straight up. Very inspiring. Thank you.
Thanks.
They were also asking how many clients you currently serve. I think 400, right?
Yeah, it's just over 400. I want to say it's like 415, 420.
Love it. All right, guys, are we good? Ricky already gave us like an hour and a half of his time, so.
Yeah, I'm expecting everybody in this call. You guys better start sending in more units from Kohl's, because I don't think I've seen almost any of your clients send in Kohl's so far. And then Target Records. You guys, I'm telling you, you're missing out if you're not doing that. The sweats, the socks, all of it. It is so profitable, but it just takes time to do. The socks. And hear me out. I'm not giving you guys bad leads on things, because I make money for every unit you send in. I want you to send in more units. I want you to scale and get a big store, because then you make me more money and you make more money.
Right.
Oh, I'm saying this in advance. If anybody starts buying tires from Walmart, you are banned from my prep center. We had to deal with that. We've only had to ban one client ever here. He sent in 236-inch truck tires. One, who's buying truck tires on Amazon? That's a psychopath. 2, just think about how big tires is space-wise.
Yeah,
it is massive.
No way.
So that's the one item. We'll take any items you want to send us. Don't send us tires. I will not prep them. They will get refused at the loading bay.
Love it. Removed from court.
Yeah, the other one, if you guys get approved for dangerous goods, perfumes, Kohl's is partnered with Sephora now, so your Kohl's rewards and Sephora points are linked. Perfumes, really, 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 really good. Sorry, I'm just trying to get you guys more items you can buy, because like I said, I'm not doing OA anymore, so I don't care about hiding the OA leads that I was buying.
Keep them coming. We appreciate it.
Like I said, the more units you guys buy, the more money I'm making. So I'm happy to just be like, oh, this is what I was buying. This is what I was buying. You know, it was all just silly stuff.
Yeah, thanks, Ricky. Wow.
Yeah, see, Sephora plus Kohl's right there, and it's all perfumes and stuff.
And you do FBM too, right? You do FBM. I mean, you
right now we are not. We are maxed out capacity on FBM right now.
Yeah.
The one guy who the Keurig coffee makers I was showing, he sent in about 2,000 of them. All for FPM. Oh, by the way, so that everybody knows I'm not joking. Here's one of the cups that I bought. Like I said, I really bought all of them.
Yeah, so I mean, scaling just really means you're really buying more profitable products, right?
You don't even need more profitable products. Here's the thing that I think everybody misunderstands on Amazon, and that I do it a little bit different. I don't try to buy home run products. You know, 1% of the time I'll go for the home run product, like the cups. I just want a product that's consistent that every single month I can get, because if I don't just spend time looking for that product, and I make, you know, even if I make $1,000 a month on that product, $1,000 a month is really good money on one product. If I get 10 products that do that, I'm making $10,000 a month. If I get 20, I'm doing $20,000 a month. You don't need a product that makes you a 80, 90, 100% ROI. If it makes you a 15% ROI, that's still good. If it makes you anything under 10, be wary of. The average sale in America is 10% off. So if you're only getting a 10% ROI, you're running a risk on that one. But
yeah, volume, right? Like just
it's all about volume.
Products.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Getting as many VAs as you can and figuring out a way to scale up your personal cash. That's the best things that you can do. So getting higher lines of personal credit and not using them, getting business credit and using that instead. Because your business credit is tied to your personal credit in the way of if your personal credit's bad, you won't be able to get business credit cards easily. So keep your personal credit score unused and just use your business credit cards for everything. Because the more money that you're able to get on business credit, the more that other banks will loan to you. Because they'll go, oh, hey, Chase loaned to this guy, Wells Fargo loaned to this guy, Capital One loaned to this guy, Citi loaned to this guy, and they'll just keep giving you more and more and more. The banks want to lend you money because they hope that you're going to not be able to pay it back every month. They don't know that you're selling on Amazon, that, you know, you're selling your things in 20 days, 30 days. Because the average business makes like a couple % profit margin a year. Like Amazon, that's why I said Amazon to start all your other businesses is unrivaled. Amazon profits margin per year. So like this is a number that, you know, Amazon themselves makes. They make 3.62% profit a year. Per year. So, you know, when they're doing $20 bajillion, okay, yeah, 3.62 is a ton of money still, but that's not
that. That's a low margin, isn't it? Really low, right?
It's extremely low, but the average business is 7.71% a year. That's what I'm saying. If you want to be an entrepreneur and start your own businesses, that's awesome. It's great. 20% a year, not per month. I want to keep reiterating. A year is what is considered a high margin business.
Amazing. That's amazing.
You're doing that in a month, maybe 2 months even. It's unrivaled. That's why I say like Amazon is the best business to start and use it to start all of your other businesses. Like that's what Amazon is to me. Because it lets you start getting cash flow that you can use to go buy houses. You can go buy cars for a rental business. You can go buy laundromats if you want to go the traditional route. You can go buy whatever you want. You have a business that does 7, 8, 9 figures a year, and it's wildly profitable.
Yeah, I agree. It's like 20% every like 3 months or so, right? It's a good average.
Yeah, so I mean, for OA, I was averaging about 19% a month is what I was doing, and then for wholesale, my average is about 14.25% per month ROI.
Right, per month.
Yeah, so per month. So every 3 months, every quarter, I'm doing, you know, if I start with $100 and I make it into 115, then I use that 115, I make it into like 135, and then that 135 into like 160. Amazon launching other businesses, like you just can't beat it. Because if you're only making 7% a year, that's the same as the stock market, which is great. Yeah, I definitely have stocks and I hold a portfolio, but I'm not relying on my stocks to get rich, because to get rich off stocks, you have to already be rich. If you're only making a 7% return, even if you invest, $100,000, which to any investor here, that's a lot of money. $100,000 is a lot of money. But if you put that in the stock market, you're gonna make $7,000 a year. What, $500, $600 a month? Like that doesn't change anything for most people. Like that's your car payment. That's part of your rent. That's part of your mortgage. That's groceries, whatever, But if you got $1 million in there, then you're making $70,000 a year. That's good. But you got to get to that first million. And Amazon's the way to do that, is to get to the first million.
Wow. Love it, man.
Yeah, we just want to let you know that you're doing great at your prep center, and we're going to continue to send in more stuff.
Awesome. Love hearing it. I also, if you guys got any complaints with the prep center process, always let us know. We don't get upset. I would rather, and this is what really I think sets me and business apart, is I would rather do something wrong and figure out the better way to do it than to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just doing it right. I don't like getting it right on the first try, because that means, oh, if I got it right on the first try, somebody else probably got it right on the first try. All you got to do in business is keep going and not give up, and you'll succeed eventually. Most people give up really quick. So if I got it wrong on the first try, somebody else probably got it wrong, and you just got to keep going until you get it right, and that's how you know you've got a good business.
Love it. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the motivation too. Like you just helped me like think bigger, like I said. So appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. You just. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thinking bigger, right, is gonna be key too.
Oh yeah, no, there's, like I said, like no matter how big you think, no matter how much money you got, there's somebody that's got more money. Like Amazon daily revenue. That's what got me to Amazon, was 1.4 billion. Billion with a B every single day. If you get 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of 1%, you're a millionaire after the first month.
Yeah, for sure. So many products out there too. So yeah. And I love hearing too that you just gotta scale VAs too, because I'm thinking like, how do I scale this thing? I'm gonna need
it's VAs. The three things you need is you need VAs to find the products, you need products to sell, and money to buy the products. You get those three, that's the only three things you need. You don't need anything else with Amazon. You don't need a warehouse, because you got me. You don't need anything. You just, as long as you have money to buy products and products to buy, that's all you need with Amazon,
Yeah. Love it. Can we give like Ricky like a clap emoji? Thank you, There you go.
Hey, we'll see you next week.
Sure. I mean, if you guys want, I'm happy to hop on, but I can also see if Michaela wants to get on.
Michaela, for sure.
She did more OA than I did. She absolutely did more OA than I did. Her first year, so Michaela's 24 years old, to put it in perspective. I think I sent out her thing in the chat somewhere, but go look at it. It's FBA Michaela. She started with 10 grand, ended up doing 1.2 million her first year. Yep. Go follow her. Go watch her story. You can see it. It's everything on there is super real. She was prepping at her house, and it was just the silliest looking thing, because she was doing, $200,000 a month prepping everything in her garage. Well, her parents' garage, actually, because she was living with her parents at that time. Amazon changed her life. Now she owns 3 rental properties and drives a bright purple Jaguar.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, like, Amazon is the business that makes you money quick.
Yeah, we're gonna have her soon on our call. So, all right. Thanks, Ricky. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
Thank you.
And everybody that's on the waiting list, I'll get you guys onboarded tonight, or it's getting a little late, maybe tomorrow morning, actually.
Alrighty, guys. Yeah, thanks again, Ricky. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Sounds good. Take care,
Alrighty,
everybody.
guys. Thank you, guys, for tuning in tonight. All right, bye-bye.